All right, how's it going, guys? Welcome to today's BioDevils podcast. We're not really going to touch upon E3 so much today, but there are a few things that we will talk about. But right now, let's talk about Devil May Cry 5 and Itsuno possibly hitting that. So, if one of you want to go ahead and start.
Do we have the picture so people know what we're talking about? Because it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I can share the screen share it. So, we got this picture or whatever, and I saw this yesterday
It
on.
disappeared.
Huh? It disappeared.
Yeah. Here we go
Jesus
again.
H Christ! I got this. Fuck this. Let me.
Try it again.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Dude.
What? Oh. Yeah, I got shit all over the place. I don't
Welcome
give
to
a fuck.
Dom's secret porn folder.
All right then.
I'm trying to find it. It's up here somewhere.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do you a favor, senpai. There. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, we can see it. Everyone, take a look at my porn stash.
Jesus, Dom.
There's more where that came from, guys.
I guess we'll just leave my screen up since we can't leave an image on the screen per se. So I guess you guys can go first. What you think about it?
I noticed it, and like I remember seeing it before, but the like "See you next Devil May Cry" part, it was covered by like the achievement thing from the video that I saw, so I couldn't. I never got a chance to see it originally, and I know it shows up for the Virgil picture when you complete the game with him. But that being said, I mean, I'm pretty excited because this pretty much confirms that DMC is dead.
And Itsuno's been up to something behind our backs for a long time. Maybe it's up till now that Capcom gave him the go-ahead to hint at it, not necessarily announce it.
That's a little hint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is what I think, personally. Because he wouldn't make a statement unless he almost has something to show. Hence, TGS. 3 months from now, he'll probably have a teaser or something done. It'll probably be super alpha, but I don't care. It's just something.
Yeah, a
But
concept teaser or something like that. It'll be fine. I think that's what'll happen.
here's what I think that Capcom's plan was with this. I think they obviously know about the demand for DMC5. They've known about it for years. So what I think they did was when KG came up with the reboot, and they pitched it, and they were like, okay, we'll try it and see if people like it. Obviously, we didn't like it, or we didn't like it at all.
You're
They
right.
won 3 times. So I think they had Itsuno work on DMC5 behind the scenes just in case as like a backup plan. And I'm guessing maybe since they know DMC, like the reboot didn't do well. I'm saying this by Japanese cultural logic of saving face. They would want to push the reboot out of the way and say, "Look at this shiny new thing," and make you forget about the reboot, because that's kind of what Japanese culture does. You don't really like try. They don't like to patch things and fix all this and admit they screwed up. They like to give you something better to replace what's broken. So that's what I think they did.
Yeah, with like DMC2 and then DMC3 came out, and it was better than 2. And then we got special edition, which was even better than Vanilla 3.
Well, Itsuno's publicly said that DMC3 was a giant apology for 2.
Yeah. Um, and you know what else? I could always bring up the fact that like I asked Itsuno during the stream on the second day for E3 if there were any weapons that he would want to implement into the series. Like I asked him like if he would bring up like a spear or MA piercers for whatever fucking reason. No one knows what that is, but yeah,
Only you know.
yeah, am I the only person that knows how fucking OP that would be in a Devil May Cry game? Anyway, but like he brought it up later on in the stream, and he was asking people like, what do you guys want to see? Because like somebody earlier, I couldn't see the username or whatever, but somebody was asking earlier like, would I include a spear or whatever? And so he was asking like, what do you guys want me to put in the next game? If
Like
that's not,
he straight up said that.
yeah, he straight
Yeah,
up
he
said
straight up
that.
said it.
Yeah,
That's confirmed.
Next game, like he put that in his sentence.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, DMC's fucking dead. GG, get the fuck out of here, Ninja Theory. That's
What
that's
are we
it.
discussing?
That's all I needed to hear.
And it's like, oh well, okay. And prior to that, when the stream started, because I know you missed like the beginning of it, James.
I
I
went
don't.
back and watched it.
They were asking. They were like, hey, like right before it started, they were like, yeah, put down what costumes you guys want to see, and I just immediately just put down all the classic costumes for Dante, all all
Yeah, I
this
did
stuff
that
from
too.
here, and I was just like, that's all I want to see, like.
Spamming Itsuno to death.
Yeah.
Well, no, well he asked, so he kind of
True.
brought the tsunami of the DLC ideas in. All I'd want to see is the classic costumes, Virgil's coatless thing, Nello Angelo if he could even possibly. Nah, who am I kidding? He could do it. And Nero's other prototype outfits. That's it. That's all
I want to
care
see Nero go into, like Nero get like a demon costume or whatever, like he's in DT.
No,
They had
that's
to
a
redesign the
DMC.
game.
That's DMC5 shit. That'll never happen now.
I want to see that be an alternate though, like really bad. Even if it doesn't happen, I would like to see it happen. Just to, like it'd be pretty cool.
It's not gonna happen, but I think it'd
They,
be cool to see. But that's
they had to
definitely like
redesign the
next.
game
That's
before
next
it
game
started.
story shit.
Yeah, for sure.
If Nero's in the next game, I'm pretty sure he will be. He's only had one entry. He's kind of got to settle in with people.
Yeah,
So
I
was
think
Lucia.
I think what'll happen is that, and I think what'll happen is they'll have to like make 3 characters the standard, if not 5.
I think three
How that
sounds more
will
likely.
how will 5 will work exactly? Like, yeah, 3 should be a standard now for playable characters.
Yeah. Because I think, like, I mean, they could do 5, but more than likely they could only do, like, 2 or 3 stories at most.
They should have relevance if they're going to be playable characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had 7 years. Itsuno's already commented he's had a lot of ideas, and he likes to reuse things he couldn't use. DMC4 art book, anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That thing's
pretty much
loaded with
confirms it.
unused ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
I guarantee you that perfect DT will be a thing, and Nero's arm progression will probably be a thing in 5 if Nero's in the game. It depends. We need to know what he plans to do, like what the focus of the story is for 5.
But if the perfect DT is going to be in this game, though, they should explain how you get it, though. Because in 2 he has it, but we don't know how he
No,
got
no,
it.
I'm saying like Dante will get it at some point in the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, show us how he gets it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Nero will get it. At best, Nero
I
will
think he'll just get his full DT.
Yeah. He'll probably lose the Phantom at that point.
Oh, Mr. Phantom.
Not if his full DT is more OP.
That's true. But no, I'm a sucker for the Phantom.
I mean, what would be really cool is if you can have a multi-tiered system, but I highly doubt that'd be a thing.
I mean, I guess we could stop screen sharing and show off the. Actually, do I have it? I might. The thing Tommy said.
Oh, if you want to transition, I mean, unless if Kevin or Arian
Where the
wants
hell
to.
is it? Where the fuck is this? Oh my God, Gabriel! Holy shit! I forgot how much I spoke to him the other day.
Right. I can link it. It's fine.
Or you check my feed. I have it right there. I think.
Oh, do you?
I should. Wait,
Also, look.
Hold
Told
on.
you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I was gonna tell Ruben I don't wish Greg a happy birthday. That's just because me and Greg don't like each other. But
Don't rub Ruben the wrong way, though.
yeah. Here you go. Here's the tweet. It's in the chat.
Yeah. Dear Capcom, let's work together.
And people are hyped, even Maximilian.
Well, Max likes Devil May Cry. He's not the biggest aficionado, but because he's more of a fighting game guy, but he still likes Dante, especially in Marvel.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You respect the characters.
He did a double assist me videos just for Dante. Like he's the only one in that series that he made that had 2 videos.
Either. I mean, where's Morgan? Come on, give us Morgan already.
Yeah.
My
So
dick
I mean,
wasn't ready.
I was asking on that tweet, like, is this DMC5? Is this DMC Cross Bayo, or is this like God Hand 2 or something? Like, what could this
Camille didn't work on God Hand too. I mean, God Hand.
I could have sworn he worked on God Hand.
Yeah, he said
So,
he did.
it was Clover Studios. I don't know who in Clover Studios did it.
And he wasn't involved in God Hand.
I could have sworn he was in.
It's not going to be Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. There's no way that's going to be a thing. And personally, I'm not interested in seeing that. I don't know. They're better off separate.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but in some way or form, Bayonetta is in DMC universe. It's subtle, but it's in there.
Yeah, it's hinted at in the art book and in the Bayonetta games.
Someone's like, I want to retweet this, but the famous Kamiya block technique. He fucking royal guarded him. He's done.
That's great.
He has me blocked too, just because I tried to do. Well, I didn't try. I did it, and I got fucking punished for it.
I'm still not
randomly
blocked by him. I don't know how.
I'm not blocked either.
I thought you, Koss, I thought you asked him to block you.
Yeah.
I did ask him to block me, and he did actually block me, and I was like, shit, this guy is like really likes blocking, and yeah, like I'm still blocked just because I did some stupid fucking prank.
That wasn't a prank. You blatantly asked him, please block me. He obliged you right away.
Well, at least he takes fan feedback. He can say that.
Yeah, you royal released your ass out of here.
Right. Are you screen sharing us right now, or?
Oh, shit. Let me just do that.
Yeah, so
This is important. The world needs to know about this shit.
Yeah, I figured
the
that.
tweets and favorites kind of says it all.
Yeah. So yeah, dear Capcom, let's work together and rock the world. Well, some people were thinking, well, what does he mean? Devil May Cry? Because like Dante in the old games, he would always say, "Let's rock."
Like 45 minutes or something after we started putting up the tweets for the clear art.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like that's a that's not a coincidence. He had to have seen that and it's like, holy shit. I think he's been wanting Itsuno to make something for a while. I don't know, I feel like he roots for Itsuno, but he doesn't say it out loud. God, my voice is killing me today.
He's the only person that's doing the right thing with DMC, so of course he will be rooting for him.
Yeah, he played through 4, so I know he likes Itsuno's work. I don't know if he's beaten 4, but he's played through it, and that was for Bayonetta.
Yeah. I mean, like I brought this up earlier before we went live, but I still highly doubt that this is, Devil May Cry. I think this tweet specifically kind of throws it off a little bit, but like, I don't know.
What would he work with Capcom on, though?
Yeah,
What
that's
else?
a good question.
You know what he said recently, too, and I don't know where it is? He said something about DMC1 is I've always considered one of my best works. And he says he's pretty much still very proud of it. And he should be.
Yeah.
But I know he said that at one point recently. I remember skimming through some of his tweets, and he mentioned that to somebody. So he's still rooting for his old franchise for sure.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think he wants to see it die like painfully. I think he wants to see the story get finished and the combat to be refined, like
You know what
by
he's
the
like?
last.
You know what this is like to me? Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
the father who couldn't take care of his kid, so he gave it to another father, and who would be Itsuno in this case. And Itsuno, saved him and raised him up proper. And I guess you could say Kamiya wants to see his kid do well, even though it's not his kid anymore. I don't know, I think that kind of works perfectly to me.
Kind of a relationship between Dante and Nero, if you put it like that.
Dude, I think he's flat out said, I think of Dante like a son in terms of the games I made. So, and I think people made the joke being that it's his daughter, so.
Yeah, I can see that.
Amy is a dog, and Beautiful Joe's like the little brother or something.
Well, him and Dante are friends in the actual Beautiful Joe game, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also,
you know what's
in
funny is
Marvel,
that
I think they have a special quote, something about being beautiful and stylish.
And Dora and Joe, we're cool.
in Wonderful 101, there's a similar case where you can find one of the Wonderful 101 characters looks like Rodin and looks like Bayonetta. So I think they just did that in a similar fashion to Beautiful Joe, where they put Dante and Trish in the game.
Probably. You know, we haven't heard from in a while. Koss.
Yeah, I don't
Koss
know.
and Kevin.
Yeah.
You guys take the spotlight about this. Good.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm just fucking hyped for DMC5, and seeing the original director of DMC coming back to make the pretty much next one after, like, holy shit, it's been what?
Like 15 years.
15, 14 years now?
Yeah.
14 years
That's a long
officially,
time.
because the original came out in 2001.
Yep. And, like, Kamiya has done some great job. Like, Bayo was amazing. The whole, like, weapons and having two weapons, like, you can change your weapons mid-game and all that. That's good, but, like, having all your weapons at your disposal is always better. You don't have to manually switch through them through the, like, big pause menu or something like that.
Yeah.
Combine, like, these two monsters and, like, bring in Kojima for, like, story, then we have the best game
Oh, God.
ever made.
At that point, it would be a movie if you bring in Kojima, though.
DMC 4 and 3 are already like movies, though. They have like 3 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid
Kojima
4 has
becoming-
like 12 minutes of gameplay, and it's still one of the best games of all time.
That's how good he is.
So it'll be 3 hours of gameplay and then 12 hours of cutscenes if Kojima's in this.
But yeah.
That's not far-fetched, considering 4 is like 8 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah, everyone says, like, have you played MGS4? Like, yeah, I've watched that movie.
I've watched that movie.
That's what everybody says, like, yeah, I've seen that movie.
It is. It's a straight up movie. Is it bad?
It's not
though?
far-fetched,
No, it's
no.
absolutely great. It's a great way to end off the Solid series.
Kojima's the only one
Sort
that
of.
would get away with making a game like a movie. Fucking The Order.
It was like 1886.
Everyone said that thing was going to fail from the second they announced it, and they said, well, we didn't want to make a video game, and the gameplay was just obligatory. We didn't have a choice. I'm like, yeah, you guys are really shitty game developers.
Yeah.
If you're taking the gameplay as a burden, that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
I feel
so-
bad for people who bought it at $60.
Since we're on the topic of Metal Gear and all that, do you guys want to transition over to the Metal Gear Solid
Demo?
5 demo? Yeah.
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 Let me just link. Oh, did you guys already pull it up?
I put
No.
it on the YouTube app.
Okay.
Good
This is the
stuff.
40-minute demo, right?
Yep.
Okay. I just need to make sure everyone can see this. Because if they can see it, then we should.
Well,
be good.
if it's on your screen, they could probably see it.
Yeah.
Or you can open up like a tab and just say or something.
Yeah.
Is that the dog Didi in the thumbnail?
I want that dog in my life.
Are you guys
Oh,
playing this right now, or?
dog.
No, I haven't played it yet.
Okay. We can play it right now.
Just remember to unmute yourself after we play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, green button.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin.
I was gonna say Brandon.
That thing keep muting me. Stop muting me.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna mute this.
Oh, I heard echoes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute the commentary, but we can just watch the gameplay
No,
because I
no.
think that's the most important thing.
I'm watching
Yeah.
Right
I
in the
like sound.
beginning, he talks about the microtransactions, and apparently they're
Quiet.
huh, what?
I'm trying to listen. Hold on.
Here.
Who was explaining it, Brandon?
Okay, you can.
Yeah, right. And I was just explaining the microtransaction.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So apparently they're not intrusive or anything like that, and they're like any other microtransaction, they're completely optional. I still don't think microtransactions should be in this game, regardless of whether or not they're optional.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's still just kind of going over how you start off in the HUD. You can either start off at a mother base or you can start off in a helicopter. And what is it? Yeah, go. Yeah, just all this irrelevant stuff. Then you get your main weapon, your main rifle that you use, and you can customize that however you want. And you'll see that in a little bit how you can customize it because it's really extensive.
Quiet.
All I see is
The
tits.
Metal Gear waifu.
Well,
Why are
but
you
know
wearing
a
a
lot of people that cosplay as that,
I
so.
love quiet.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. It's obvious.
Snake
fast around.
I like it.
And then they're showing
loves
off
quiet
just
for
like
fun, right?
pictures of the cutscenes and all that, which is kind of interesting. I don't really care for that so much, but it's there.
Snake is going DT. I see horns.
The horn gets bigger, right, as you progress through the story.
Yes.
Okay, so we're about to get up into the weapon customization, so I'm going to pause quite frequently on this because there's a lot you can take a look at in terms of like certain parts and like weapons and all that.
Everything on the right is in Peace Walker, isn't it? I haven't played Peace Walker in a while.
Everything but the
pretty
base
sure it
color
is.
and the emblem, and the vehicles are all in one
Peace
location.
Walker
So
is more like a tech demo for Metal Gear Solid 5.
So like I just paused it here, and you can already see like apparently you can have multiple weapon setups. So like you can have the same weapon and have like different setups and just pick between the setups, so that way you don't have to just keep customizing as you go through.
You know, can you imagine something wicked having an RPG on top of your pistol?
How would that even work?
I don't know. It's Metal Gear.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit play again and make sure you guys unmute yourselves.
Green button.
What was that, James?
I said green button.
No, you're saying
So right
green.
here, like right here, you can see you can show off your weapon. You can pick like different camos and all that. It's really extensive. So like here, you can pick like different barrels, and you can see like all the different types. You don't even have to pick the same type of barrel that's for that specific gun.
Take that, Call of Duty.
Yeah, so this is extremely extensive. Like I don't know if that's like the one right above the one that's highlighted right now. If that's for like an AK build, it looks like that's what it's for. But then like he'll scroll through and you'll see like all these different variations in a second. All right, I'm gonna push play again and make sure to unmute yourselves. So like see, you can go through different types and pick various parts, and you can pick like different underbarrel attachments depending on the parts that you pick.
Yeah, I have
And then
a
you can do
question.
like all these camos. I know I skipped
Oh my
a few.
God,
But, like,
red, just saying.
Now, I have a question. What's the point of having all these lethal attachments if you get penalized for killing somebody?
For this one, you don't get penalized for it so much in Phantom Pain, and you'll see what I'm talking about
It
later.
might be just for this mission for demonstration purposes.
Right. And you can also get like different variations of weapons that can either stun or put people to sleep. You'll see that later when he opens up the menu and customizes. This is like towards the end of the demo, but like where he actually makes a sniper rifle. And when he goes through like the different menus, you'll notice there's like a stun submachine gun. There's also a tranquilizer variations of all the sniper rifles that you can get. It's pretty interesting. All right, I'm gonna hit play again. And then right here, what's coming up next is like obviously he shows off like how extensive the customization is, and now like
Brandon, god damn it.
and now like different guns, he explains that like certain parts. This is where he explains that certain parts can be carried over throughout various weapons, so it doesn't have to be for that specific weapon.
No, Snake looks pretty bored.
I'm still thinking about the Rams.
Still thinking about the boss. Boss.
He's not a
God,
Batman.
shut the hell up.
Yeah, and so they're just showing off like irrelevant stuff right now. The way that they go through this mission is through free roam, and that's basically your ability to go through the story and side ops at the same time. I think that's how a lot of people are going to tackle their missions. I know I am, because it's just why would I just keep going back to Mother Base and doing all the stuff that I don't really need to do when I could tackle like 3 or 4 different side ops and a main mission before going back. Yeah, Cos, you're still muted.
He probably did it on purpose.
Yeah, he's probably doing something. I do wish you could turn that off. How it keeps auto
Hey,
muting.
cool
Also,
if you-
really, boop,
Those
jiggle, I see
those
that
jiggles.
Kojima.
Oh wow, that distracted me just now. Okay. Oh, cow, those guns, man.
Yeah, you can pick like the type of guns that she uses, her uniform. Apparently, she's
The
using the
horse.
naked uniform.
Naked forever.
I mean, if you're trying to go for a no-kill run, I would say have Quiet use a trank sniper rifle.
Is there a naked snake?
D-Dog.
Yeah, naked snake.
I can't help it, I'm a sucker for dogs.
Oh, they actually, use D-Dog for this demo.
Good patch dog.
He's
Yeah,
fucking
I like
handy.
dog. I don't get that.
Isn't D-Dog a wolf?
Yeah.
How the hell did they take... Oh, it's Snake. Who am I kidding? Nano machine.
Wolves can't be domesticated, right?
They can, but it's very dangerous and difficult to do it.
Well, never get logic. Well, there was a baby by the time they found it, so that could
Yeah,
be
if it's a puppy, you can domesticate a wolf.
Yeah.
You can
I think you
domesticate a
can
lion.
domesticate a fox as well.
Oh, I'm
there's
not
a-
sure if you noticed. If I can just click back a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, snap, you play other characters? Can you play as Quiet?
I'm just gonna wait for it to get up to the point where we see the like where you can pick your camo and your character and all that. So like right here you can see the head option. I don't know if that's like if it's based per character. So like it depending on which character you have, you can like pick a different head option. Like I'm assuming that for Snake you can get like the scarf that he was wearing in the E3 demo last year.
I like that outfit.
So like because I mean like he's still wearing the same camo. He just doesn't have the scarf in this one.
The cloak, you mean, I think?
Yeah, the little thing that he has on his neck and shoulders. Like he doesn't have it for this specific demo, but he had it in previous demos. So I'm thinking that's the quote unquote head option for Snake at least.
Maybe.
Pothead camo. I've heard, I don't know if this is still the case, but I've heard you can make custom camos, like from the ground up. I don't know how that would work though, but
What, metal camo?
you can still get the battle armor camo. I know that for a fact.
Have
But
a horse camo.
yeah, like I don't know how that would necessarily work. You know, maybe they didn't actually go through with it. But either way, I mean, I think it's still pretty interesting how you can pick whatever camos, you can pick different head options and different characters. I hear a lot of button tapping.
Sorry, that's me.
Kevin.
Yes.
Wait,
He's
let me
playing
know.
Devil May Cry.
No, I'm playing Darksiders.
Are you serious?
All right, I'm gonna play. Make sure you guys unmute yourselves. Kevin and
Alright.
Koss.
Can you play as
Every
quiet
day-
though? That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know, but I know you can play as like any of your recruits.
There's a Peace Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
so
how
see
they
the
did the
faces.
E3 emblem too. That was cool.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
that
there's,
like
like,
all of
some,
the
like-
emblems are custom. You can make them however you want, basically.
Oh god, you know people are gonna abuse that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Call of Duty where there's like gorillas
Yeah.
humping dolphins again. I don't know. The humans are fucked. That's all I have to say.
Right.
Afghanistan, yeah.
I might
that
use
was-
D-Dog the most, just because
Yeah,
he
he's a
seems
wild
like the
animal.
most handy.
Yeah, I know you can get like Rhodesian roundbacks later on in the game too, when you go to
So-
Africa. But
Did they explain why D-Dog has an eye patch?
I think his eye was missing.
yeah, I think it was missing from the beginning. They also explain right at this part that like you can either sit in the helicopter or start looking out before you make it to your destination, which is kind of cool.
Can you import your MP3s for the helicopter music?
But
Probably for the last gen version. I'm assuming they would have to patch that for the current gen version.
no,
Because
My
you know, like,
PS4 can't play my MP3s at all, which is really irritating.
Okay,
you
Barbie girl.
gotta download the app because Sony just put in an app for that.
What's it called?
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
God damn it. There's an app for that. Great.
But Sony did make an app for it for sure, where you can transfer your MP3s.
Oh, it sits in the car. I can't help it.
And yeah, so they're just showing off how like they can do multiple missions at once, and they don't have to do them in order. So you can go straight to mission 5, completely disregard 3 and 4, and work your way from there.
Side ops or main ops?
Main ops. You can completely
That's kind of-
you can completely disregard missions and go straight to like mission 5 if you wanted to. You don't have to do them in order. Although if you want to progress through the story, you do have to do all of the missions, if not most of them. The main ops, at least, But that being said, you don't have to tackle them in
I
any
wonder
order.
how stealthy can you be in a desert?
You'd be
'Cause this-
surprised.
Like, the whole game is based in the desert, right? Or is multiple
No.
areas?
No, there's different areas. The only locations they've confirmed so far are Africa and Afghanistan, as well as the base that you go to in Ground Zeroes. You can go through that and all the buildings in that in Phantom Pain, because in Ground Zeroes you couldn't. But that's a thing. And there was a screenshot a while ago showing off like a snowy area. Like it was snowing in the background outside of the helicopter window, but they didn't say where that was exactly. So there's a few locations so far, but looking at like Afghanistan or Africa on their own, they're massive compared to like any of the previous games. They're just huge. Like,
I would,
it's
I
insane.
would like to see like some kind of base as a map, like something like from Metal Gear Solid 1.
I think they have that actually, comparing all the map sizes from all the previous games.
Everything's a midget compared to this game.
For sure.
Even MGS3.
For sure. Like, actually, since we're on, the topic of MGS, MGS3 would look really good if it did the open world
All of them would be
gameplay.
good.
I
All
think it
of them.
looked better just at the Fox engine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dogs on the Grouchin.
And MGR2. Fucking Konami.
MGR2 was gonna happen until they, went downhill.
Yeah.
You mean went stupid? Yeah.
No, okay, both.
They're dead after this game. There's no one's gonna give a shit about Konami after this game.
Nah. It's funny how they said they were embracing mobile games. They could go in strongly. Then 2 weeks later, they're backtracking to their statement.
Yeah, oh, we're sorry. Fuck you. It's not giving Silent Hills back, so I don't care.
Even
Right.
even Norman Reedus and the Terrell are kind of PO at Konami for canceling the game.
They were upset because they were excited to do it.
And now they're just kind of showing off here how you can use your support buddies.
Mainly D-Dog in this case, because you can't do
Yeah.
this with Quiet.
Yeah, with quiet stays at a distance.
Well, we never
I
seen
figured.
Quiet full flesh, so who knows? She could knock somebody out in full speed.
True.
I am back. I'm sorry. I was doing something.
It's okay.
It's cool. You can see the gameplay, right?
I see what you did, by the way.
I was hearing you guys and everything. I was just doing something.
Ah.
Talk.
I see it. Oh no, it's Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel got the he tweeted that he got the wallpaper for DMC4SC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I know not to go off subject, but this is actually a good point to bring up, I guess, just from stupid Greg.
I can pause it really quick.
Greg, he you know how PlayAsia's been like really hard to get import off of recently.
Yeah, it's very tedious to import, and like my copy, and I'm sure I've mentioned this already before earlier in the stream, but like my copy is in fucking Tennessee, and it was in Chicago yesterday. I could have gotten it this fucking morning.
Why is it in Tennessee now?
I have no fucking idea.
That's
But it's like they make it tedious. They don't accept Discover cards for whatever reason. So you gotta put your cards on a fucking PayPal account just to get it, and it's fucking ridiculous.
So yeah, they're embracing imports.
Yeah, no, it bothers me, and that Gabriel was talking to me about yesterday. By the way, he does watch us.
Oh, okay, cool.
He was saying about how frustrating it was because he like got a Walmart card and everything, and then PlayAsia like rejected it or some shit, and he was like trying to get his money back.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. I think.
And he pretty much said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna get the digital version." And I know he got it now because he just tweeted, saying how awesome the wallpaper looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like Greg and his shit with that. Like he's supporting the super hassle that is importing. Not to mention expensive.
Yeah, and I went off on him too. I know I'm blocked, but I went off on him. I was like,
I
yeah,
did too. You
fuck
saw
you,
me
'cause,
way
like-
back when. How is this shit justified? And I show him like $140, $120 for a fucking pizza box. That should be $40 if you want my opinion. For a 7-year-old game, $40 to $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maximum 60, just because it's an older game. Maximum. That's a.
I'm being that it's a pizza box, it's not a statue or anything.
You're right. You get
Yeah,
a
it comes with
pizza
stuff,
box.
though.
You get three different box art covers for your game that you can use. So technically, you have 4 different box arts that you can pick from.
Art book.
Yeah, you get an art book, which I don't even think is like the same one as the one that they have out now.
Someone will put it up on the internet, like they'll do the scans.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what else? And a soundtrack that's not even complete.
That also some will put on YouTube, so we're not really missing too much per se. I just wanted the damn pizza box. That's a
Right.
collector's item.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I'll store my damn
Back on
games in
business.
it.
yeah, back on topic. Metal Gear.
What's better gear? Seafood?
All right. Don't forget to unmute yourselves. So you can like pet D-Dog and
Yay.
and then they're just reiterating some points like, yeah, you can extract, like turrets and all that to use for your base.
I'm gonna have such a bad habit. Well, all I did in Peace Walker was steal everything with fucking what is it called again? I can't remember.
Fulton.
Yeah, the Fulton recovery system. All I see is when I see soldiers, I'm like, oh, good, new guys for my army. I don't even look at them as enemies.
Yeah,
In this game, I'm just gonna get the
honestly,
hang of
that's-
stealing everything.
I looked at them like Pokemon. I gotta catch them all, man.
Unless the stats suck.
And now you have cars and weapons. Oh, I'm stealing all this everyone's shit.
I didn't
If I
really
run
care
out,
for
coming
stats.
back
I
for
just
the
kind
rest.
of grabbed anyone, and anyone who didn't have good stats, I fire them. So you know.
Yeah.
You're fired. And they throw them off the ship, like in Peace Walker.
I wonder if your bait, like I know they said for Ground Zeroes they were hinting at it that like you can have more soldiers now. So I'm hoping that like as you expand your base, you can increase the amount because I think the maximum for Peace Walker is like 350.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think this one could probably handle like 2,000 or something like that, just given the the scale.
You know what's something that bothers me about this demonstration, though? It looks like it's an autopilot. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I don't
Yeah, like it's
feel
been
like...
rehearsed.
Yeah, that and I noticed
demos
when
are
he's
kind of
driving the car, he keeps turning the camera and he's still going on the path correctly while not even looking like, no.
Yeah, no,
No one does that. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
can
the
see
car
where
is on
you're
autopilot.
I wouldn't be complaining. That's the case.
I mean, regardless, I mean the game still looks good.
Oh yeah, it's just a pet peeve because I noticed it. I mean, I know it's still the game is fine and everything. It just didn't look authentic gameplay wise, like in
Yeah.
terms of
Wouldn't
someone
I kill
actually
somebody just
playing.
now?
No, he knocked him out.
No, but wouldn't I kill him?
Probably have a heavy concussion, bleeding. Probably won't kill
That
him.
looks painful. Really.
Yeah, they make it look painful too. I'm not sure if you've seen the animations before for that specific attack, but like they make the enemy's facial expressions just look like they've been in pain.
Okay. Just to go off a little bit on the Fulton system, it will get kind of tedious just going outside every single time, just a Fulton something. Whereas in Peace Walker, you can do it anywhere, regardless if there's a roof right above you.
Well, it didn't make sense in Peace Walker.
Yeah,
That
I
was
know it
probably
didn't make
due to
sense, though,
limitations.
but it's still tedious doing it now. Yeah, when it's more realistic, it's still tedious. Just doing all that over and
I
over.
can see that. You know, I can see why that would be tedious, but I mean, I don't personally mind it. Because I mean, you have the option of either, you can either Fulton them, you can extract them by leaving, the entire area in general, or you can take them on the chopper and extract them that way.
I now imagine Snake bringing out like a box of porn mags and using the Fulton on that. Boss, what are these? Shut up and take it. It's for the soldiers.
Entertainment for the male soldiers.
It's for their morale. I'll be surprised if that's a thing in the military. A way of boosting morale. Bring in girls. There you go.
Right. And then they show you like the different options you got. You got the POW there, and then you find out about some blueprints, which is for the sniper rifle that's going to be made a little bit towards the end of this demo, or like towards the halfway point. You'll see what I'm talking about because I'll pause multiple times like I did earlier just to kind of show off like what kind of weapons you get in this game.
I think tapping him with your foot stuns him.
That was a thing in Ground Zeroes.
Doesn't he Fulton this chick out too?
Yeah.
I would have been so mad if someone Fulton my ass out. That's like a roller coaster. God forbid that shit
She is laying
malfunctions
there,
GG
too.
life.
She's not even moving a muscle.
Yeah, I don't get that. They did that for like for Ground Zeroes whenever you like just move around the POWs. They just never like moved at all. I mean, she sets up,
They
but
have a
that's
lot of
about it.
classic music in this game,
Yeah.
especially that you could steal it. I want the troll song from my helicopter.
That'll be great. I can imagine you going into my FOB and just being like, "Yo, I'm here. I'm here to take your shit."
Yeah, oh, James is here. We know it's him.
I know it's you, you bastard.
It's either that or I play something from Devil May Cry. Probably The Time Has Come.
I used to have the Ultraviolet Project Crosszone remix on Ground Zeroes for the PS3 version on my
Yeah, so that
helicopter,
Devil's
but
Never
I
Cry,
don't
right?
remember what I swapped it out to though.
Oh, I thought that thing killed him. I'm the fall.
I hate Snake. I want a D-Dog.
Now they're just showing off the dynamic weather.
Oh,
They've
Snake
shown
is
it off
flinching.
before, so that.
Oh, Snake is flinching, and Dog was like, "What are you flinching for? It's just sand."
Dog's more badass than Snake, confirmed.
Well, he doesn't have the goggles on, so I'm guessing that's why he gets all up in his eyes or whatever.
The Dog doesn't care.
Yeah, Dog's just laying down like whatever.
But yeah, now they're showing off the Phantom Cigar again. I want to see how it like. I heard there's a variation that can affect weather. I want to see if they can, if you can like make it rain or whatever.
Make it rain,
like,
man?
What, you
Yeah.
like a weather cheat code kind of thing?
Almost, yeah. It costs GMP though to use it.
It's raining, man.
Isn't
I'm in
GMP
love.
something you can buy
Look at that dog.
Possibly.
for like microtransactions?
Possibly.
I'm not doing that.
I'd rather earn it because I'm probably gonna earn a lot anyway just from save data transfer over from Ground Zeroes.
I'm the guy that likes to do every side op kind of thing in these games. You get the most fun out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now I can
Especially
forget-
the army building thing. I don't know why I adore that shit so much.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, even though there's not much to do in Peace Walker, just because the missions are so small and there's not a lot of missions when you look at it. It's only got 150 missions, whereas this it's open world, and if it had 150 missions, there's so much to do afterwards. You can explore this entire country.
I rule this world.
Like it's not the same. Also, notice how the sand leaves like tracks of tires or footprints.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy went this way.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
What was that?
music.
Munchies.
I do hate that if you want to get your car back, you have to fold it back out.
That's not the same one he was driving now. I mean,
Oh,
it's the
wasn't-
same one, but it's not.
It wasn't the one.
Same one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
mind then.
it
That
wasn't
makes more
his.
sense.
Yeah.
I was say if I had to Fulton the car I already own back out of the mission just to hang on to it, that would be really stupid and a waste of GMP.
You actually have to upgrade your Fulton recovery system in order to, carry larger things.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That makes sense,
It's
like,
also a little like MGS3. Now we have wild animals again.
yeah.
Yeah, it's better not having a snake. Now you have wolves.
That makes me curious to see if like we can Fulton snakes out or whatever and like train them or some shit like that. That'd be
Put
pretty
it in your
interesting.
Oh, that'd be
pocket.
funny.
There you go. I wonder if they'll do the thing where Snake has to eat occasionally, maybe. I don't think they're going to do it, but...
Nah, it doesn't
No,
look
because
like
there's no stamina or health system anymore. It's just regen health.
I just like hearing Snake's commentary for eating things.
tasty.
Pretty tasty. I love his reaction to eating
Shit.
what was it? Fucking
The Russian stuff?
no, like it was like one of the birds that you can eat in the desert.
Oh, you know what you're talking about.
It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I shouldn't.
The vulture?
The vultures, yeah. Like if you eat them first and then call paramedic, and she tells you how like you shouldn't eat them
Oh,
because because they probably ate like dead bodies or something like that.
Oh.
And he enjoyed it.
yeah, not animal bodies, like humans.
Yeah.
You are now a pseudo-cannibal. Also, D-Dog, please.
Snake, don't leave me.
I would punch someone in the dick if they put a Fulton on my back, I swear.
Yeah, it looks kind of scary to be honest.
That's like an instant surprise heart attack if you don't see it coming.
You might
Right.
get a whiplash.
Yeah, how do people not break your necks? How is the dog not dead because you snapped its neck with a Fulton?
They probably do it safely from the back.
Metal Gear Logic.
Nano machines.
Logic.
Yeah, the
This thing's
Fulton
pretty
recovery system is still with
What is
machines.
that?
Oh, that's D-Walker. That's the mech that they were showing off a few
Are you
E3s ago.
serious?
Yeah, you can actually use it. Yeah.
That's
By the
Peace
way,
Walker.
this thing isn't just like a
Not Peace
stupid
Walker,
thing.
Metal Gear Z.
It has a brain.
Yeah.
Like it's a living
Um,
robot. so
Okay,
to
so
speak.
here I'm about to pause because, like, they're gonna show off the weapons. So, like, here you can see like all the different weapons, and like right on the bottom right corner you can see the stun submachine gun.
It's a machine gun. How'd that work?
I'm guessing you just they would say like, oh well, it has like rubber bullets in it, so you can't actually
Why
kill
not
anybody.
work from the machine gun still like like every good shot would kill somebody?
No, it bruised them.
Yeah,
No?
it
It's like
and
paintball.
then go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's like paintball.
Yeah.
With a rubber.
And then they have this pistol highlighted that's also a trank gun. So you get different trank guns, possibly some that are even better than the one that you get in Ground Zeroes or first like starting off. And I could have paused over there. There's a few other weapons, but most of them were like the same thing, basically. So like, and I hate to like keep pausing like this, but there's just a lot to kind of go over here. Like you can see that there's like all these different sniper rifles, and now there's like a variation for a tranquilizer version.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it just goes to show you how extensive the customization system is in terms of like what kind of weapons you can make, and also like right before you start off the mission, when we saw in the beginning of the demo, where you can mix and match different parts from different guns.
No MLG gun.
I mean, if you want to add your 2 cents on this, I mean, go ahead.
No, I got nothing. It'd be funny if I have air horn guns.
Air horn guns, MLG horn
Like-
guns.
Snipers
Or
programmed
joke
to
guns
make
like
the air
that in
horn
Peace
sound every
Walker.
time you get a headshot. Headshot.
All right.
Hey, you continue. I got nothing.
he's about to make another gun. You can see like there's different variations again. Trank versions of certain guns and also damage-based guns. So it's an interesting customization system
You make a
that they
gun out of
got.
anything.
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm
back for a
First,
actually
I
sec,
take
but
this
you guys
piece
can
of
keep
rock
playing the
and
video.
carve it into a hilt. Then I take this piece of grass and wrap it around everything. And then I take this piece of metal and use it as a spear. There, my new gun.
I I also like the fact that you know they went out of their way to actually make like a stun version of a submachine gun. Like I've always wanted that in Metal Gear Solid 4, and I was actually pretty disappointed they didn't do that for Peace Walker.
Ain't nothing bit insane. They have a stun rocket launcher. Just
They
for
do have that. They have the Fulton rocket launcher.
I mean like a stun rocket launcher, like explosion stuns, not the
Oh,
Fulton gun.
okay. So almost like one of the shotguns that shoot out like just air
Yeah,
or
that one.
whatever, like in 4.
Yeah, Peace Walker has a rubber shell shotgun.
Yeah.
Excuse
So
me.
now like So now, like here, he has the sniper rifle, and he's just looking out. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna step out for a second, but you guys can commentate over this if you want.
Okay. Don't drink no tea. Okay, I like the whole Phantom Vision they got here. You see right through anything, and that's pretty convenient. Also, it get rid of that inconvenience of having somebody randomly seeing you.
I guess all the enemies in Ground Zeroes had Phantom Vision. Fucking see you through bathrooms and all that crap.
You know, some I would leave the sniper work too quiet.
I'm back.
We'll come back.
Welcome back.
And Kevin's still here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin's
I'm
been the
here.
most quiet ever.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
playing Darksiders, right?
I'm not a really Metal Gear Solid player, so I don't know what to say.
Okay.
You playing Darksiders?
Yeah.
Well, you just kicked him.
Yep. You just punted him with D-Walker. D-Walker also has a choke slam. Ah, Gabriel's still gushing about the wallpaper.
It's a good looking wallpaper, I can't blame him.
What do they have in the preloads for the game? 'Cause that shit's
Alright.
pissing me off.
Probably a day before the game comes out.
Did you all get to the part where he just gets the headshot and it doesn't penalize him for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think this one's gonna penalize you
Free
as
to
much
murder.
for killing. Yeah.
Free murder.
This could make this game a little easy for me though.
Yeah.
Unlike Ground Zeroes where you're getting trank shots is way better.
This is gonna be perfect for me.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call
Well,
of
I think
Solid.
that's gonna be even better for this one, especially just because of the fact that like how extensive the weapon customization is. You know, like that's the biggest thing that makes this a lot easier compared to Ground Zeroes.
I think in all Metal Gears in general,
Oh yeah, for sure.
the
For
fact
sure.
that you are no longer per se discouraged from murder. You don't get a mission rank in this game, do you?
You
It's either you get
might.
the mission or you don't.
I don't know. You might get a
Because he
mission
beat
rank.
this demo, or on the demo for this, he beats the mission. He doesn't get a letter grade or anything.
Right.
Because if that's the case, suppressed lethal weapons all day, every day.
Right. I mean, not to say I would carry, you know,
I'd carry a trank though on me just in case.
yeah, like I would probably carry a trank sniper rifle and a trank pistol.
Me personally,
Trank
I will
assault
let
rifle would be
Quiet
OP.
do all the sniping. Is that's her specialty, is sniping. So I'll let her do all that work.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Also,
get
she's
where
a
you're coming
great
from with
scout
that.
too. So she can like scout the area and update your map for you. So that's one reason to have her around.
I would be crying if I were this guy right now.
Big Boss molested my neck. Now he's gonna take me up into the air, guys.
Yeah, this is the part that made me cry. I do not want to be Fulton. Even D-Dog is screaming. Can I Fulton quiet for fun?
I think you can.
That would be interesting. Maybe during the boss fight?
Oh no, you
Hey,
can.
you know me funny?
You know why?
You know me
Because
funny? Yeah, if
Shoot.
you Fulton quiet and our clothes come off.
Kojima would be a troll like that too. I know you like it.
And do for both the guys and gals. You know, Fulton them, the clothes just come right off.
Or they flash him doing the troll face over her body. That'd be even better. I'd also be so mad. He says, I know you liked it."
Now,
That
this
point,
part
toss a
coming
grenade.
up, this part coming up, you already know that they did this for demo purposes or whatever, and just to kind of show off what could happen if a situation goes wrong. That being said, though, it kind of pisses me off that he doesn't go through this entire thing stealth based.
Dude, it's annoying me now. I'm not even seeing the armored soldier as a threat. I'm seeing, holy shit, I gotta steal this guy.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said too.
Like, why can't you? If I were this guy, and since headshots don't work, I would try and CQC him, knock him out.
I would,
only
okay,
did
see,
that.
like he intentionally passes him, you know.
No, headshots don't work on the armored soldiers. Like, he does it later. It does not do shit to them.
Yeah, I know, but he intentionally passes him, and I think he does this just for the demo's sake. But he could have held him up and then, Fultoned him out like that, you know.
Or he could have chokeslammed him.
Yeah, for sure. So I
Yeah,
mean, either
you
way,
give me high-level enemies, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm stealing them ASAP.
I'm thinking they just did that for demo purposes, just to kind of show off, how this game can work.
You know, I wonder now, seeing armored soldiers, what if that's an upgrade for your soldiers? If you could somehow unlock like an armor.
You can unlock
Oh, shit.
battle armor in this game. They showed off battle armor in the
That's gonna be
the E3
crazy.
trailer.
Can you unlock Battletoads?
Battletoads.
Again with that.
Fuck that game.
Wait, why are we bringing up Battletoads?
Just for reasons.
Oh, fuck that game. I hate that game. It's so unbalanced and broken. It's the hardest game I ever played.
I've beaten it.
I know
way
it's,
back when.
it's beatable, but like, fuck Demon Souls, fuck Dark Souls. That's the hardest game ever. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
get
could
a
agree
lot
with
of hate.
that.
That's
What's going on here?
That and Demon Souls and Dark Souls are actually
He's about to extract a target. Which, by the way, I think that's what everyone's going to be doing. They're not going to kill any of the targets if they know they can extract.
Bill will.
Of course he would.
I know he's a play. It's so annoying that he hates Kojima so much, and he
Yeah,
sucks at
plays
the
his
games,
game.
but he'll still keep playing them.
Right.
He needs
Oh.
that. That's all. He needs that money.
There's gonna be a ban for Patreon too, I hear. Good.
Good. He doesn't need any cash.
Go get a fucking real job. Does not deserve the job he
His
has.
girlfriend needs a job. No, she has
Give
an
me his
unregulated
stupid
soap business.
subscribers. I'll do better than him, and I haven't even made videos.
Here, he's about to get caught because he's intentionally ignoring the armored soldier.
And then he does shoot him, I think, in the head a couple
Yeah,
times.
I think this is definitely for demo purposes. Like, you wouldn't just intentionally just get caught, you know?
Also, behold, does nothing. Kosh or Call of Duty won't work on him.
Jesus.
I mean, unless you take out a rocket launcher, but then everyone's gonna know you're there.
I mean, this wouldn't even be a problem if you try to tackle these missions in co-op. because you can do these in co-op too.
Oh, they have co-op
So
for this?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh, they better have co-op for this.
How
I'm
many
pretty sure
co-op?
this
We
is
talking like 3 to 4?
yeah 3 to 4, and it depends on the mission because sometimes it's just two-player co-op.
Oh, so it's
And
like
other-
Peace Walker.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this is going to play a lot like Peace Walker because a lot of the things in Peace Walker are in this, like being able to play as your recruits, going through and crafting different weapons,
Oh.
things like that.
Will be the
Peace
most
Walker is
broken
like a
team on
tech
the planet.
demo for
Right?
Can
Peace
you?
Walker is
That's
a
another
tech
thing.
demo.
If you pick up a weapon and you go back to base with it, is it yours like that shield?
Yeah.
I that's what I want to know. Yeah, I want to
It
know
is.
that. Is it?
Where you carry out from the battlefield is yours.
Okay, that grenade reaction was kind of underwhelming. He
Okay,
ran
so-
like 5 feet away and then stopped. No, if I saw someone throw something like a grenade at me, I'd run like 20 feet back.
Right. Um, just to get kind of clarification on that, does it like count as crafting the weapon, or do you actually have to craft it in order to officially keep it
Oh wait, what are you talking about? The weapon you pick up from the
from the battlefield and then take it
It's
back to Mother Base?
yours.
Like I know it's yours, but like, do you have to craft it in order to officially have it, or like?
Oh, that I
to
don't
get-
know. I can't.
Yeah, like that's what I want to know. Like, do you have to craft it, or does it already count as a craft or like a rank 1 version of that gun as soon as you pick it up?
That I cannot confirm.
Yeah.
What did it cost? Are you actually getting this game? Somewhere down the line.
Hell yeah. I loved it when I played it, so I'll definitely buy it.
You did not love it when you played it.
this guy during the streams. Oh my god.
Like the bullshit vision pissed me off, but other than that, I love the gameplay.
Yeah, I think the vision will be fixed because I know someone's complaining about that besides me and Dom and you.
Yeah.
They see me with like half their eye around the wall.
They get
I'm just
destroyed.
like, no.
Oh wait, no, I didn't. Okay, good.
Well, it's not only that, it's just what you can do in this game, and I hate to just kind of keep bringing up the weapon customization, but that's like the most important part of the gameplay. The weapon customization helps out so much, like so much to the point where it makes the game a lot more approachable for anybody, really.
Except Phil.
Yeah, well, except for
Yeah,
Phil.
that's kind of like a issue with Peace Walker, because with all these lethal guns you have, you can't technically use them, otherwise you get penalized heavily for them.
Right, where this doesn't look like you get penalized for it, regardless of whether or not you go in shooting, as long
I
as
don't
you.
think this game is going to penalize you. Isn't it a story thing too that Big Boss does kill people? So
Yeah, he goes from hero to villain. Regardless,
yeah,
like
if he's a villain, killing is all totally on board.
yeah, and I mean even then it's like you can see in the or like based on the story is based on your actions. So
So it's an
you
RPG.
you can come at this from like good intentions and all that if you're playing as Big Boss, if you want to be an anti-hero rather than just a straight up villain, you can do that. So I'm guessing like from that perspective, even killing doesn't really count against you regardless because of the because of your Big Boss's intentions rather than somebody else's, based on how you go through the story.
Oh, is all this really necessary? Because I think Metal Gear veterans are pretty well aware if you screw up, you will get penalized. I mean, get consequences for it. Like have all these enemies coming at you. So it's not,
Some
I
people
think,
like the change of pace though.
yeah. I mean, I think like it's rewarding to veteran players who would rather go and trank everybody and rather not kill anybody and just extract everything they see, because then they get rewarded for the things that they do.
hey, take a giant balloon and float in the entire base.
Right, right. Whereas, like, new players who aren't really into the Metal Gear series, who don't understand how that works or whatever, they're going to be, either penalized for it later down the line or just, not really good at it per se,
Phil.
just because like Phil, because they didn't take the time to actually trank and neutralize everyone and
Phil will make costs like MLG at stealth.
But yeah, that was basically the demo. Oh, you know what? We should have screen shared this
Why?
because no one saw it.
Oh.
It's fine. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Well,
can't
now
see
we
it?
know. Now we know. For next time, we have to screen share it if we're gonna play it.
Wait, all of us?
Just one of us, and then we could just click on the person's icon, and it'll show up on.
Will it lag? No, probably won't.
Probably won't because it's directly from there. But that's the Metal Gear Solid 5 demo.
Next on the list.
I liked it. I don't know how you guys felt about it at all.
Oh yeah, I've been
I like
hyped
it.
for
I like it.
Looks much better than Ground Zeroes.
Oh yeah, for
Indeed.
sure.
Graphically and mechanically.
Mechanically, definitely. I think the only reason why, like Brandon, you brought up graphically. I think the only reason why you bring that up is because you're seeing a different environment compared to, Ground Zeroes, where you only saw one environment in different scenarios and different lighting and all that.
I suppose so.
Next on list is FF7, so should I just bring the video up now?
Yeah, you can bring up the video.
That's a
I've
big
already seen
video.
it, but if I'm just gonna step out again really quick, but I'll be right back. But if you guys want to go ahead and just talk about this.
Okay. Well, first thing I gotta say is, so much hype. My body is
Yeah.
ready for Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it just for Dom's sake, because I know he's interested in it.
It's
Is
funny
this
that
game-
in the words from the trailer, they pretty much admitted that we took too long for the remake, so here it is.
Yep.
Can't talk today, I swear. Ugh.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll play the video. Ready?
I'll watch it again.
Boom. No, not that loud. There we go.
Oh, a black guy.
Is that George Newbern, aka Sephiroth, narrating this? I can't
I
tell.
have no idea.
No, that's not Sephiroth's voice.
It sounds like George Newbern. It's close. It's close. That's what I'll say. This looks so much better than Crisis. Even Crisis Core didn't look this good.
No, it didn't. I wonder what engine they're using because the detail is incredible.
New
Unless-
secret engine.
Unless this is a trailer to make it look good. I really hope that's not the case.
I like that they used the music from Advent Children.
Yeah, I love that movie.
The only thing I don't like about that movie is Cloud.
Yeah, they could have done more with character development. I will admit that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Barrett's gun looks so good.
Barrett? Okay, I noticed that they made Barrett smaller. That kind of worries me for Tifa, because Tifa the waifu needs to look good, but other than that...
Afraid that they stole her tits again.
Yeah.
What do you mean so again? What he did?
As pervy as it is, it's a trademark. As pervy as that sounds, it is.
Just like on what
it-
paragraph from DC Comics, her boobs
It's
are.
Tifa the waifu. How could you mess up Tifa the waifu?
Wait, they shrunk her chest in what game?
In what was it? In the original Final Fantasy.
I'm just gonna keep playing it over and over until we're done talking about FF7.
Yeah, I'll mute it.
I want to see Sephiroth really badly.
Yeah, Sephiroth. Okay, so I just started playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time. I'm pretty early in the game, but it's my first time playing it, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And I'm just really looking forward to this remake.
you got those individuals saying, "Oh, Final Fantasy VII is overrated and doesn't need remake." Her derp, derp, derp. One thing I say is no. Screw you. It's
It
been
has
Yeah,
written
the
for a long
I
most
time.
games
heavily
out of
disagree.
all of
I'm
them.
not even. I'm not a Final Fantasy fan per se. You know, like I'm
Don't follow the
very
series.
new to the series. You know, like so I wouldn't consider myself a fan until I've at least beaten one of the games. And then I'll decide on whether or not I want to be whether or not I want to call myself a fan. That being said, though, playing through Final Fantasy VII, I think it deserves, all the credit that it gets for being one of the best games of all
Well,
time.
that type
It
of
wasn't. It
credibility
was like
comes with,
DMC1. It was an innovative game.
yeah, when it
Yeah,
comes
for sure.
to popularity, you gotta have those haters.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but they're
So
like 2%. No one cares about them.
Okay,
oh,
Kevin, you were gonna say something?
one thing I wanted to ask, what type of gameplay do you like? The old one, the one with
Pokemon
how you
bullshit.
select the attacks, or you want one like Final Fantasy 15?
I want 15, honestly.
Same here.
Without the frame rate drop.
You have an
Um,
option though. They should at least have an option. You want the old style? You get the old
yeah,
style.
yeah, I was
If you
gonna
want,
say that I think there should be an option for both. I kind of like the turn-based
The time-based
gameplay.
thing, the way it
Yeah,
works.
I kind of like that, and I think they should stay true to the original in
They
terms
probably
of.
will.
the
For the
thing is
most part, they
though.
should stay true to the original when it comes to story and the choices
Oh,
that you
speaking
make.
of story, thank you for bringing that up. They're saying they're going to rewrite it. They want to add some more stuff to it. So it's not going to be a HD remaster. It's
I'm
going
fine
to be
with
a
that.
full remake,
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine
like
if
Resident
if
Evil.
they add in things here and there, to maybe go alongside with some of the lore for Final Fantasy VII, because I know like each game is in a different universe or whatever. But that being said, I'm okay with them doing that if they add in more things. Like they did, Capcom did that with Resident Evil Remake, where they added in certain things or changed in certain things in the remake that weren't there or were different in the original. So I'm totally okay with it if it's done right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're keeping the story, but no, they're gonna do something to make it even better. Also, there's other news. The director for this remake is saying he wants to remake other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that, but I think what they should do is before even talking about any other game, they should focus on this game first.
Yeah, they are
That's my
focused on this
personal
game.
problem with it. So I think they should focus on this one first before talking about any of the other games. That being said, though, I mean, do 1 through 10, or I mean 1 through 9, because we
Uh,
already got.
they already did 1 through 3 and 4, I think.
Yeah,
5, 6,
They've all been
8, and
revamped
9.
into Cydia, so.
That's
I mean,
not
like
technically a
full
remake.
on remakes, similar to this would be
Oh, I meant
fine.
character-wise, like they've been redone.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have voice acting now, so they have stuff to go off of. That's something too, by the way. I bet you this game will have a lot of voice acting now, which I would personally prefer versus reading like it's old school, but that's just me.
No, I agree. I agree. I would rather have dialogue going for this game, just because I think it'd be a lot more you'd be a lot more invested into the story if there was some dialogue.
Yeah.
Like I think what they could do something like the Yakuza games where like there's dialogue, but there's also some sections where you do actually have to read. So it should be like a mix of both. Almost like I don't know if you guys agree with me on that or not, but
I'm more for the full voice acting rather than having to read. I know it's not about me being lazy. I just would prefer that.
I mean that's fine to have that opinion. I mean I get where you guys are coming from, and I can see where that would also work, and I would like that too. Either that or just have like a mix of both would be fine for me personally. But you know who am I? Because I'm not a Final Fantasy fan yet. But that being
Yeah, who are
said,
you?
I'm the last person you want me to take a turn. It'd be like Like I wouldn't want to touch something I have no knowledge on or have very little knowledge on. So
Like
I'll let
Team.
like the hardcore fans, decide whether or not they what they want to see. But that's just me personally. I think it would work out that way, where they can do a mix of both.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
Koss wants to
thinking
say
both of
something
them,
too.
Oh, Kevin, what were you saying?
I don't think they will make both of them because you have to consider they have to make different type of gameplay and then do it again.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Tails thing. That's kind of like a Tails
Don't
thing.
leave, Koss.
If you
Senpai, don't leave.
okay, I'll finish my statement up and you can go ahead. That's kind of like a Tales type of thing where they have the gameplay where it's fully voice acted and some segments like side stories or uh, you gotta read them out.
Yeah.
Alright, so what I was gonna say, it's not really that important either, but it's not Seth Roth narrating that because the voice actor for that is David Lodge,
Oh, is
and
it?
yeah, he's not unless they change the voice actor, which I would say
No.
doesn't fit. It wouldn't fit for him either. It's too old for Seth Roth.
No, George Newbern, aka Superman's definitely his de facto VA. He's
Yeah.
been his VA since KH2 as well, Kingdom Hearts 2. And then he was in Advent Children, then he's I guess he'll be here, I assume. Oh no, also Crisis Core, he had the same VA.
Um, just to kind of go back to the whole idea of like other Final Fantasy remakes. What I want to know from like either one of you, like, would if any of you have played Final Fantasy before, which one do you want to see personally remade?
Me personally, I want to see Final Fantasy 8 remade as well. So that's another one that's really good, like right after 7.
Oh, the one with Squall.
Scroll. Yeah. I haven't played 9 or even heard of it per se, so I can't give my opinion on that.
I think 9 is the one with Zidane.
Done.
I've
Oh
watched an
wait,
LP, it's not a bad game.
hold on, wait a second. This
I
character
know
I
a
don't
lot of
like.
people want 6 remade.
Yeah, 6 is another popular one.
6, I didn't understand why it's popular other than Kefka. That's about it.
Exactly, Kefka is like very, very likable. It's the only reason why it's that popular.
Doesn't he like like suplex a train or some shit like that?
Yeah,
He's like suplex city bitch. Fuck trains? The fuck is a train? This is Suplex City.
yeah. Did you watch the video Alpha Omega Team did?
Yeah.
He mentioned that.
I got a video we could watch of FF7 related just to hype up Koss a little bit. Koss, have you seen the fights in Crisis Core, like CG fights?
Oh, you mean Sephiroth versus those two? I forgot what
Angel
they
and
call.
Genesis. I love
Yeah,
that fight so much.
so much hype.
I watched
Oh,
it once.
I don't think I might as well bring it up just to see something different.
Yeah,
quick
go on.
thing. Are they using the same engine for Final Fantasy 15 for the 7
Uh,
remake?
I have no idea. It looks different from 15, so it could be not.
I mean,
Same
it's
engine.
it's definitely darker than 15. 15 is a
Might
lot.
be a different engine.
15 is like a lot more, brighter and colorful. They could be using the same engine, and it's just the lighting that makes it.
Sorry. I forgot it does that.
Yeah,
What's the point of keeping doing that? It's kind of
yeah, it's kind of
ridiculous. Yeah.
Hmm.
Are we good to go?
No.
Figured obviously I'd rather see Sephiroth fight than hear this guy talk for the
All right, what was that? You were talking.
As I say, I'd rather watch a fight than listen to what's his face talk like 10 times over.
It started off to the lefty, right?
What'd you say, Brandon?
Oh, sorry. It starts off a lefty.
Yeah, he's a lefty.
Yay.
It's weird, but he is.
It's kind of weird for me to hold a katana with my left hand.
It's weird to hold anything with my left hand.
No, I'm a lefty, so I
Uh,
hold everything with my left hand.
This is on the PSP, and it looks that good, like CG
Alright.
cutscenes.
I think like for defensive purposes, left hand would be okay. Like if you're doing like Niten Ichi Ryu, like
What?
that specific style, the the two-handed sword style that Musashi uses,
Oh,
or
okay.
two sword style, where you
Nah.
basically use your left hand to defend and your right hand to attack. So you use a shorter sword on your left hand and a longer one on your
Okay, the
right.
guy with the busted sword, that's Zach, right?
No, that's Engil.
Andrew?
He's the
Okay, that
original
guy
owner of the
kind of
Buster
reminds me
Sword.
of myself. I'm using like a small sword on my right, but a board sword on my left. Because that's my dominant hand, so I use my best hand for my best weapon or whatever.
I forgot that he says that. All hail Sephiroth. This kid's gonna get dunked.
Oh, it's Genesis, huh? Yeah, Cloud.
If you don't know who Genesis is, he's a jealous bitch of Sephiroth, basically.
Who wouldn't be jealous of the hair?
He's super jealous.
Seriously, you seen that hair? Who wouldn't be jealous?
Sephiroth senpai, let me get your hair, bruh.
And he's like Dante. He's still not trying. Toying with him.
Yeah, Genesis the Nero, and
Oh, now he
Dante,
tries. Never mind. Kind of.
sort of, maybe. I don't know.
No, Sephiroth doesn't go all out.
Not yet.
He's like exactly like Dante, he just doesn't want to fucking go all out.
Even now, he's just like, eh.
Since when they can fly?
It's Final Fantasy, dude.
Anything's
They've
possible.
flown since Advent Children. That did nothing, by the way.
Yeah, I figured it's fucking Sephiroth.
Although Genesis is still gonna be a prick.
I like that's friendly fire.
He blew his face up.
Yeah.
I mean, that thingy didn't do anything to whatever his name is. So Sephiroth is probably gonna be less than nothing.
Okay, that's
Now,
pretty neat.
Now this is where he actually starts tryharding. Like he actually gives a shit.
Now that's pretty neat attack. That's like Judgment Cut a little bit.
No, that was just his speed. That wasn't any magic.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, now he's trying. Now everything's breaking. Oops.
He's still playing around though. Like,
No, but he's actually giving a shit now, which is
yeah,
bad.
he's
I
actually wants to
don't
do it.
get why, like, okay, I mean, I know Sephiroth is a badass, but, like, I don't get why he's able to hold, like, an Odachi with one hand.
Because
and
they're all super soldiers.
Yeah, they're not human per se.
You're calling this dude human?
Like, have you not
Also, how
seen
was your
the-
face not burned off?
Yeah, he's not even using his power, and yet he's just brushing everything off.
By the way, yeah, this is a training simulator.
Yeah, I know. I've seen this already.
Like fucking Cloud Sword is like there's no way one person can hold that with two hands. Yet
In real life, you cannot swing that quick at all. You'd break your arms. Or the sword will
okay,
throw you.
Since we're on the topic of Cloud Sword, I want them to keep the spin. You know what I'm talking about? Every time you
Yeah.
complete a
Oh,
fight,
his
just
victory
keep the
thing?
spin. Don't pull that out square.
No, they'll keep that.
I want them to keep it so bad.
Cloud has that in Dissidia as well, so I doubt they're gonna take it away.
I want to see how ridiculous that would look in the remake. Like, it's just.
I don't think it would be that ridiculous, considering, they're superhuman.
I mean, it looks pretty ridiculous on on the PS1.
Oh, well, that's kind of polygraphic. It does look kind of weird on PS1.
It's just him spinning the sword. I don't know why I get amused by that. It's just so funny to me.
I don't really have much more videos per se, unless you want to sit through all of Crisis Core, just 3 hours. I don't think we're doing
I mean,
that.
I don't think we really have anything much more to say on Final Fantasy VII. I mean, I was pretty hyped. I mean, you and Arian like heard me be like super hyped when they first announced it, and I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan. I was just pretty hyped for it.
Because it looks super good.
Yeah.
We got Shenmue next to talk about.
Oh yeah, that was another one that I was pretty hyped for.
You and I are on the other side of the fence on this one. I don't know jack about Shenmue, but I was still excited just because.
Yeah, I was hyped for Shenmue as well.
I
don't know nothing about the second one,
very
but-
little about Shenmue. As far as Shenmue goes, like, you know, the first one's on Dreamcast, the second one's on the Xbox.
And Dreamcast.
Is the second one on the Dreamcast?
Yeah, it was not released in America.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
the Xbox version is an updated version of 2.
oh, okay. Okay. Well, now I know. But the only version that I have is the Xbox version of Shenmue 2. My brother has Shenmue 1, where it's supposed to, you know, play through the first two. Eventually, probably after, you know, he beats RE3 and I beat Final Fantasy 7. But that being said, you know, like, as far as I know very little, but a lot of people tell me that if you like the Yakuza games, you'll like Shenmue because they're very similar in the way that they
Yeah, they're both
tell their
beat 'em
stories.
ups.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the way that they play, they're very similar. You know, except for Shenmue involves quick time events or whatever. But that being said, they're very similar in storytelling and gameplay. So for me personally, you know, when I heard about it, I was pretty hyped up because I mean, like, oh wait, so now that Shenmue 3 is coming, we could possibly see an HD collection.
Unlikely. And here's why, because
Yeah.
because Sega still owns the rights to 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Because
I was
Sega
gonna
gives
bring
them
that up.
permission.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up eventually. I was just like, when I first saw it though, like that was my, you know, my initial reaction.
Yeah, it's the whole
That's what
point.
people want is an HD collection, but I don't know if they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, considering that the first two games, if you buy them online, because they're really hard to find in a store.
Sorry. I hate that it always does that shit. I'm just adding a video.
You know, oh, do you want to add the Shenmue video?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Shenmue video. Shit.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, we can play that in the background while we talk about that. But yeah, as while you're looking for that, I can just continue. But yeah, you know, it like paying for a few $100s for 2 games. You know what I can get for a few $100s? I can get several games. I can probably get a few HD collections and get technically more games because of that, because they're, you know, HD collections. So I don't understand why Sega can jump straight to Sonic Boom and release a new fucking Sonic Boom, but they won't do a new Shenmue.
Because you're afraid.
Sorry in advance, by the way.
Like,
Wait, what the hell? Did it go in?
Huh? Is it
Did the
playing?
vid-
No, it's not playing right now. You got Dark Souls 3
Dark
highlighted
Souls
right now.
back for now. There we go. Sorry about that. I hate this
You know,
thing sometimes.
Alright.
So it's like I don't understand the logic for Sega's logic. You know, there's obviously a huge demand for it. There's been a demand for like what, 13 years or so?
Yeah.
Like, I
Okay.
don't understand the logic to that. And it's like an HD collection would only help them out. Because there's a lot of people that have never played these games and don't understand the hype for them.
Okay, well, what's the main issue with Sega is that they're afraid to go out of comfort zone. They've been banking on Sonic for years and years. Sonic needs a break.
Sonic hasn't gone up.
Sonic has
hasn't
been
gone anywhere special as of like 5 years.
Sonic has
Exactly.
been the bane of their existence, or the bane of their existence. It is the thing that keeps holding them back because they keep going back to it. By the way, Kevin, you're still muted, but that is the thing that, you know, that makes them look bad. When people think of Sega and they talk about Sonic specifically, Sonic, I'm not talking about any of their other franchises, just Sonic specifically, they think of utter shit. That's all they think about because
Because
when
there's a
have
lot
we
of
heard-
bad games in the series.
When have we seen a good Sonic game?
We
It's
did
been
have decent Sonic
decades.
games, but
We've
nothing
had
that
decent
would
games,
wow,
but nothing special.
nothing that would wow us.
Yeah, we've had decent games, but we haven't had anything that would say, oh, or that either fans or newcomers to the Sonic games, or even people that just play them casually, say like, oh wow, hey, this Sonic game is actually good. We don't have that. We just have a
Yeah.
bunch of Sonic games that are absolutely useless and are broken and untested. Because from my understanding,
Okay, that's not a lot. Just only two, to our knowledge, which is um, what's it? Sonic Boom, Sonic Doom, I mean, and Sonic 06. The main reason why Sonic 06 is the way it is because it was rushed out the door, obviously. Mainly because of I think Microsoft, because they wanted the game on their Xbox holiday launch. So yeah, it's Sega's
Fucking
fault and Microsoft's fault for having Sonic 06 rush out the door.
also, by the way, I just want to point out that this game is running on Unreal 4 and it looks really good.
I
And I have
know,
a bias
right?
against
yeah, unlike
Unreal.
Unreal 3, this actually looks like a very polished engine in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, you guys know how I like gush about water and graphics, but holy fuck, it looks good in this game.
Yeah, and T.
Yeah, it looks so good. Like I don't, I just like the hype for this engine is good.
I know I'm down and pull like a tea bag inside the
Kingdom Hearts
waterfall.
3 is using it, and it looked fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think Unreal has a bad rap,
Because
but
Unreal 3 has been around for like 10 years or
You know,
whatever.
Unreal
I
3
think
is
I
very
think 4
outdated.
is ready to like kick 3 shit in.
Oh, we need to talk about this, by the way, part of Shenmue.
Oh,
Uh,
the
that Sony could have already probably funded the game
Oh, can I get on that first?
yeah.
because they admitted that. But go ahead.
Yeah, it really surprised me that they could have funded this game before I went around the Kickstarter. Like, could Sony fund this game? Because since they're showing it off on their floor, on the show floor, and it's on the PlayStation and PC, could Sony just like go ahead and fund it right out the back?
Yeah.
So, and afterwards, after they said they were funded, like, why did you fund it beforehand? What's the point of the Kickstarter?
Because
But
apparently they wanted to test fans, I think, or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, that I don't have nothing against. Fans literally voted with their wallets. Do you want to see Shenmue 3 or not? If you don't, oh well. If you do, vote with your wallet. And fans did, so now we're getting Shenmue 3.
I noticed that to kind of go off the fans thing. I've noticed that a lot of fans were also and just to kind of backtrack to the HD collection. I noticed that a lot of fans were mentioning that Sony or the new company that's publishing Shenmue 3 because it's not Sega that's publishing Shenmue 3. It's a completely different company. Um, a lot of fans were saying that Sony might just buy the rights to Shenmue and or just the other company that's publishing Shenmue 3, they might buy the rights to Shenmue from Sega and do the HD collection that way.
Ah,
Maybe.
yeah, I like
I
that.
can,
Unlike
I can,
Sega's not doing
Capcom,
anything with
Sony is a huge, giant company that has billions of dollars.
not exactly.
They're not like
kind of
Capcom. They got their shit together,
yeah, that's true.
except for the PSN stuff. But that's another thing.
yeah. So I paused here for some of the stretch goals here. Like they've already reached, to my knowledge, like 4 million.
Oh yeah, they're good. They're on stretch
So
goals, right?
yeah, they're on like stretch goals. They've already reached like some mini games for just one of the villages in this game. So, and I know they said they were gonna, depending on how far they reach their stretch goals, they could even expand some of these places and make them even bigger.
That's a lot of gameplay right there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see DMC5 Kickstarter, please.
I
I know
don't
it's
want
not
it
going to
be-
happen.
I don't want it to be like this Kickstarter though, where it's like, if you back the Kickstarter and you're a console player, you're not getting the physical version.
Yeah, that was
Although-
kind of backwards though. That's kind of backwards. So console gamers, well, consoles in general have physical copies, whereas PC is 9 times out of 10 is digital. It's mostly digital market now. So why flip,
Yeah, 'cause
flip
there's-
around? No.
Although I have heard that like that only applies to the Kickstarter, and that by launch there will be a physical version. It's just for anyone who backs the Kickstarter and the anyone who does that for
Also,
consoles.
Shenmue made $3.4 million on the Kickstarter.
Oh, nice. I need to back that, but I want to back it, but I don't have the money to, and I'm just kind of like, I want to save my cash for Metal Gear Solid 5 because that's
It's already funded.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm looking at it from this, from this perspective, like, even if I don't fund it, it's already funded, so the game isn't gonna exist, so I can get it any time now because it's on a console that's, that has games that are more widely available. Even if I don't get a retail version, I can get it digitally, so I'll be fine if I don't fund it right away.
And before DMC5, have a dinner date with Dan and Ruben. You bet your ass I'm paying for that.
I wish I had the money to pay for that.
Koss, get that shit out of here. You and your poor ass looking drawing.
We were talking about Sonic, so I had to do that. Some emoji drawing.
Dude, I've seen so many fan hedgehogs. They're so bad. They're like 12-year-olds that drew them. It's so...
Yeah, that's an insult to
Sonic
12-year-olds.
Chew is the best, guys.
Oh, don't
Sonic
break
Chew.
Oh wow, Sonic Chew.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what Sonic Chew is?
No.
Cancer.
You know who Chris Chan is?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you want to know.
You don't want to know.
I know Jackie Chan, not Chris Chan.
Christopher Chandler is, oh my god, like...
He's an
Is
interesting
he like
individual.
is he like an eccentric guy? Is he a scumbag? What are we talking here?
The guy
I
has
consider him to be a scumbag just because of the things he's done in the past.
Is he like Tamim bad?
No, he's like cringeworthy bad.
Oh,
Like,
so
Tamim is
he's
bad.
embarrassing more than just a prick.
Yeah, and he's been arrested multiple times from what I've
For what?
heard.
The most recent one was with Sonic Boom. He defaced a Sonic Boom standee and sprayed a GameStop employee in the face with pepper spray.
Yeah.
Why?
So because he's a big
He's a big Sonic fan. That is kind of obvious if you know the guy.
What is with half the fan base being psychopaths? I don't understand this.
You know, Sonic fans are generally the reason why Sonic has a bad rep because
Sammy.
Yeah,
Sammy, that's a pretty bad example.
Stop criticizing the Wii U.
That's one reason why I never really play Sonic. It's on the Wii. I don't like the Wii.
No, and
I'm also not a big Nintendo fan per se. I don't hate Nintendo or anything. I'm just not. I mean, the most I played from Nintendo was Super Smash and Mario.
No, I like Zelda, Metroid.
I played a little bit of Zelda, but that's one thing that people are probably going to grill me for. I don't find Zelda as amazing as people make it out to be, and I've played Ocarina of Time. It's a good game, but
Zelda
it's
is
not
about
a fucking godsend. I don't care what anybody says.
That's fine. It's all about taste, really, for Zelda. Yeah, some games you may like for Zelda, some games you don't. It just really is all about taste.
I just think in general it's not that amazing.
It is.
It's good. It's a good series. It's just not as ridiculous as people make it out to be.
Just like Mario. In my opinion, I don't see why Mario is so hot.
Mario's fucking boring now. It's the same
In terms
formula
of
for 30 years.
Nintendo, like I kind of got into an argument with my brother about this. Like, I told him I told him look, I mean I want a Wii U, but
I don't want one.
But at the same time, I don't want one because there's only like 3 games that I want for it, and those being
the Smash Machine.
And those being, the 3 games that I want for it are, the new Fatal Frame, Devil's Third, and Bayonetta 2. There's only 3 games. Why would I pay for, a console that only has 3 games that I want? Whereas, like, on the PS4, I've gotten, like, at least 12 games so far for it. 11 of which that I wanted.
It wasn't 12, but you didn't want.
The 11th one, or the 12th one, that was DMCDE.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want that. But yeah, like that being said, it's just like, why would I want a console that isn't even getting support by developers? Developers are intentionally not supporting that thing.
Even Ubisoft, man, they were one of the biggest backers.
Is it Bayonetta like the only big thing on that now? And it's
No, it's Smash.
Bayonetta, Smash, and Devil's Third is kind of big because it wasn't originally meant to be on the Wii U. It was going to be a multiplat before
Devil's Third
THQ.
looks good. I don't know why.
Yeah, Devil's Third looks really good, but I'm just like, do I really want to, pay for a Wii U? Like, I mean, I'm not planning to get a Wii U just for that. I mean, like, I even brought up the fact that I'm just like, look, does the Wii U? I mean, yeah, sure, Final Fantasy VII is coming first to PlayStation 4. It might come to the Wii U. A watered down version of it might. But it's
what coming to Wii U?
Might Final Fantasy VII, but it's
it won't.
It's very unlikely. That's why I'm,
it won't. Don't even bring that up.
Sony knows where the money is. It's the PlayStation and/or possibly the Xbox One because there has been FF games on it.
So that being said, Sony does when Nintendo don't. But that being said, it's like, does the Wii U have Final Fantasy VII? Does the Wii U have Shenmue 3? Do they have Doom? Do they have, all these other games that are coming out?
Do they have Devil May Cry?
Yeah,
nope,
do they have Devil May Cry? That's also a good point.
That's on Nintendo's fault, reason why they're in a situation. Because they have no last-gen hardware, is what it is.
They also have no desire to, get on the same level with 360. Well, not even. They weren't even on the same level as the 360 or the PS3.
No. The Wii U is what we should have been last gen.
HD. They're not even on. Like the PS3 and Xbox 360 can do 1080p.
Yeah, they have the option.
The Wii had, believe it or not, the Wii U at some point had more than 1080 60 frames per second games than the PS4 and the Xbox. As it came out first, it would be blatant obvious why.
Well, no, because I mean, like, the highest resolution you can go up on the Wii U is 480p.
For me, Wii, because the Wii U could go HD.
Yeah, the Wii U can go up to 720. It can't go up to 1080 though.
I'm sure it can go to 1080.
I'm pretty sure it can go to 720 though. Like,
it can go to 720.
I mean, I know it can handle 60 frames because otherwise, it wouldn't be able to handle games like Bayonetta.
60 faps.
That's another thing too. People trying to tell me that Bayonetta will be the new DMC. No, it won't.
Wait, no,
I mean, I think it's a good game. The problem is it's stuck to one system.
Oh, Call Senpai left.
Crap.
Oh, he came back. Senpai came back.
Senpai came. Oh god, don't ask me to crack my voice.
What's the reasoning behind Bayonetta not being as popular as DMC?
Because it's on one system and Devil May Cry has already been there.
Yeah, Devil May Cry started on PS2, but it eventually branched out to multiple platforms, especially after the HD collection.
The main reason why, believe it or not, because Sony screwed up with the PS3 at first. Is the reason why Devil May Cry 4 is on the 360. That goes for a lot of PS2 exclusive titles like Tekken.
Well, that was a good thing that's multi-plat though.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's a problem that it's multi-plat because now it can even you have guaranteed sales on both sides or on multiple platforms. So you can do you could have a 360 or an Xbox One version in this case and a PS4 version and so if you're not particularly into Sony games, you can also have it on the Xbox or on PC or whatever. So I think that's actually a good thing.
And funny enough, the 360 version turns out to be slightly better than the PlayStation, minus the little FMV memory thing. Like, there's less. I heard there's like somewhat screen tear occasionally with DMC4 on PS3. I might be wrong. I've heard there's a
I haven't
few
experienced
It's
it.
not
gameplay
really
issues.
noticeable. I've
I haven't
noticed
experienced it. So
I'm not saying
I
it's
don't
a
know about you
big thing.
guys.
I've just heard there's like slightly downgraded things about it. I'm not saying the 360 is a master race. The PC is technically the master race for that, but console version wise, I've heard 360 is a little better for certain things.
If
That and it
I'm
had the achievements.
understanding that the PS3 has gotten slightly better reviews on the Ford Democrat 4. So I don't know what the
I
case
don't know
is.
what that is either.
it's
I
probably
can't
just because
comment.
it controls better on a PS3 controller. I've always found it to control better.
I say it's preference for me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah,
I
I
had
play
no
both
problem
360
playing
and
4, so.
PS3. You know, I've noticed some like frame rate drops in some areas. So yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's gonna be weird for me with DMC4C, now that we're on the topic again with DMC, but I've never played a Devil May Cry with the PlayStation controller. Not
Yeah.
ever.
Oh, you could.
I played 4 on 360, then the HD collection came out, and I played all of those on 360 controller. So, I mean, the PS3 and the Xbox have the same control layout. Like, the buttons are all in the same places for like melee, it's a Y button. It's also the triangle button. Those are in the same spots
But
on the
the
controller.
But
So
lock on might be on a different button though, right? And
I can
the
remap
same
it.
control.
No, everything's the same.
It's same layout.
same layout. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
sure.
even if it was, I could just change the button anyways. That's not even an issue.
Yeah. Um.
No. Oh, speaking of controls though, in Ford SC, I hope you have more freedom for Nero's controls. Because at one point, I'm thought about, maybe if I add the Double Bringer to the R2 or L2, and add the Revan to Circle, maybe I could maybe be better, more comfortable for me. But unfortunately, you can't because it's mapped on the L2 and R2.
I think they'll change that.
You should.
They like letting
Definitely.
people do what they want, especially because the style tournaments kind of helped push that along.
Yeah, Itsuno even says that like during the development for the games, they often play around with custom control layouts to do certain things just to make sure it works properly.
Yeah, like I would agree with them saying the best way to give custom controls is to literally let me individually map any button where I want. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Because now you could have whatever crazy ass layout you feel like. So I see some people's like change the shoot button. That's cancer. I can't do it.
Easy.
It has to
That's
be
the
on
button.
the square / the X button, the shooting button. I can't stand it. I
I
need
don't
it
know.
there.
Like,
For me,
I
for
don't know.
Nero, I use the what's it
Yeah,
called?
for
The
Nero, I'm gonna have to change it because it's way better what Greg's setup is, even though Greg sucks.
Yeah, I've been using that setup for a couple of months now.
I don't know. I generally prefer the basic controls. I've always played with the default controls on all of the Devil May Cries, even with like Virgil. Who
Yeah, I've always found them comfy.
even for Virgil, like I don't personally find Virgil comfortable in 3, even though I
Because you
prefer
have to mash.
but like people say, put his summon swords on R1 or something like that. And while I agree that that's okay, it feels so weird on like classic Devil May Cry, whereas at like DMC, it's like it's necessary. That's the only way you can play that game is if you change the control layout.
I think it was ended up being a good change for giving him the reboot little grib trick teleport thing. Because now they made it so you do not have to spam summon swords to do more damage anymore. In fact, spamming them is quite pointless unless you're trying to get a teleport off. That's it. I actually prefer it because now Virgil doesn't break my fucking fingers every 5 seconds.
The summon swords are underpowered like guns, right? With the
Yeah, they've
exception
been
of, like,
significantly underpowered, so there's no point in attacking and spamming them at the same time.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
still
I guess
get
you can do it
extra
for like
damage.
some stylish video or whatever. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
potentially.
I'm saying in general, Virgil has more than enough moves now where he's competent. He could do what he needs to do.
Right.
Thank you, Christ, for that, at least.
Fucking, I would have been streaming that shit today if FedEx didn't fucking ship my game out to Tennessee.
Shout out to FedEx.
Shout out to FedEx and fucking Greg Moore for promoting importing and not fucking telling Capcom to fucking do a physical release here.
Oh,
But it's
happy
too
birthday,
complicated though. It's too complicated though, right?
Yeah, complicated my behind.
It's not too Well, everyone everyone called Capcom on it's bullshit.
Yeah, they've
Some
been
people
doing.
were screaming at Itsuno for that. I'm like, no, do not scream at him. It's not. He doesn't control fucking shipping. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That is not in his control. That he is not the distributor. He's the director.
yeah, he just makes the fucking game. He's not
I'm
in
pretty sure
control.
it's the higher ups who
Yeah,
tell the
it's
distributors what's
that's
up.
down. That's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been doing this shit for years. They should know how this shit works. Not, oh, it's too fucking complicated, but we can put a disc out
What
in the
pisses me off
Japan.
is, yeah, not only is it in Japan, so therefore, yes, you do have the ability. You're too
Yeah,
lazy to ship
it's
it
Japan
worldwide.
and all of Asia.
Yeah,
So
and of all of Asia, because
Haven't
I
even
am
Japanese
Asia
people
version.
said that's stupid? Like,
I think
haven't
so,
even
yeah.
they said it's unfair and they don't agree with it either?
Yeah, I think so.
Because we're all one big fan base. Language
I-
doesn't mean much in this game, per se, unless you're
Yeah.
doing a tutorial. But yeah, I remember on Twitter a lot of Japanese guys who had the game already said they think it's bullshit that the West doesn't have it.
Yeah, I noticed some people say that too. Like, you know, they would mention that, you know, like, well, we got a physical release, so why can't the rest of the world, or, you know,
Why
Especially because they know it'll hurt the
Japan.
sales.
They always cater to Japan first. That's the thing, you know. There's
Well,
nothing
that
wrong
makes
with
sense.
catering. Nothing
but-
wrong with that, but you know, but they keep alienating everyone else in the process. And for them to not do that, they're losing money.
Yeah, the
They can make
entire
more money.
the West, we make more money than Japan does, like sales wise.
Hmm.
Every
Right.
time I go on VG charts, I think DMC3 sold a couple million, like a million and .13 or something here, and in Japan it sold like .85. So sure, it probably did amazing in Japan. It also did really good in the West, but the West, there's more people in the West. So that doesn't. I don't understand the logic of let's fuck people out of a AAA title. DMC has been a AAA title since 3. In 1, it wasn't really a AAA game. It was just a really well-known good game. In 2, it didn't help. And then in 3, because it went to E3 and Tokyo Game Show, it became considered a AAA title, especially the budget that the games run on now.
right?
Their
Well,
budgets are huge, according to Capcom.
Isn't it like 2.5 million per game? Or is that the new budget?
The budget, I don't know what the budget is. I just know it's up there. It's about as expensive as Resident Evil. So it's definitely one of their top franchises.
Yeah, I know it's pretty expensive. It's yeah, because Devil May Cry, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, those are one of their top 10.
Yeah, those are their big ones.
For whatever fucking reason, we still don't have Onimusha and Mega Man, and those are also on the
Okay,
top 10.
to elaborate on the Mega Man thing, I did a little researching, air quotes, and apparently, it's really KG's fault why Mega Man is like this right now. Because during the development of Mega Man Legends 3, he just flat out left. So that's the reason why we don't have it now.
Right. Well, I mean, they don't need Keiji Inafune to make a Mega Man game.
Yeah,
You know?
but for Legends 3, they sort of do need him because he's the one behind the Legends games in general.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that, but like, I mean, if they wanted to do like a classic style Mega Man game, you know, in terms of gameplay, not art style, that would be a completely different
I
story.
would kill for a MMX like they remade the games. That'd
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah, they can do
Holy
it,
shit,
too.
I'd buy that so fast.
Like, they can do it, they're just choosing not to, and it's like, you know, there's a
I'm
demand.
not talking about
problem
putting
is,
out the
though-
remaster again. I'm not talking about putting out the collection again. I'm talking about like doing what they did with FF7 from Square.
Yeah, like
they
a straight
remake
They
remake.
did
graphics
it
at
for the
least.
PSP. It's called
Just a
Magnet
graphic.
Hunter X.
Oh, wait, but would that game necessitate a remake, according to Greg? Because, I mean, apparently fucking Godhand doesn't, and that has a fucking demand for an
And
HD
Greg
remake.
can
The
blow
game
off
is an
somewhere.
underdog game.
Yeah, it's such an underrated game, but it has a cult following.
Yeah, like there's a demand for an
Hard
HD
shit.
remake. Fucking Okami was underrated until it got an HD remake.
Apparently, Godhand's not worthy of a remake, but DMC got a definitive edition.
That's because Capcom was really trying to push, and it didn't work, Greg.
You can tell Greg is
that
pretty
pissed me
salty.
off so fucking much when he
It's
said
funny how Greg brought up DMC right in front of Itsuno, and people just flipped it.
that. I actually Itsuno wasn't even looking at him at all when he said that. He doesn't. I can tell he doesn't like it. And no, and Kamiya thinks it's fucking cancer, and rightfully so.
Did you notice how since we're back on the topic of DMC or Devil May Cry, did you notice how like every time people in the chat, including me, whenever we would ask questions, Greg would just fucking ignore them and ask his own questions
Yeah.
Yeah.
during the stream. Like he'll ask like a few of the questions from the chat. Like he'll maybe ask like 3, 4 at most, and then the rest of the time is just all of his fucking questions.
Yeah,
So
like, you have
no
a couple
one has a
people
chance to
spamming
answer.
the same question because they're not answering them. I mean, if
Yeah, they
if
did
you
actually
can't
respond to
answer,
that too.
yeah, even if you can't answer all of them, just tell them we cannot answer that particular question. I mean, come on,
Yeah, they said any questions regarding future, blah, oh god,
computer.
future iterations of the series, they can't comment, say yes or no on. So,
Right. I
although
mean,
DMC4 SE begs to differ.
the only thing that I wanted to know, the only other thing that I wanted to know from Itsuno was if he had any interest in like remaking Devil May Cry 1. That doesn't mean that I'm asking, oh, is the Devil May Cry 1 remake coming? I'm just asking if he had any interest in doing that.
Yeah, I asked if he had an interest in doing a game just with Virgil. I never got an answer because stupid fucking Greg doesn't read.
Yeah, unless the translator or Itsuno himself read the chat, none of the answers got answered.
Itsuno looked, but I know he doesn't speak English that well. I think he does speak a little bit.
He speaks a little bit, but not a lot.
'Cause he said I need more power so he can speak some English.
Yeah, that was the best part too.
It took me a minute to register that.
I like that he much prefers the English VAs. I know that Japan, by this point, have grown to love Dante via his English VAs with Ruben.
Oh, dude, they
And
love
Ruben's
Dante
fluent in
there.
Japanese too, so I'm surprised they didn't have Ruben come back to dub over the lines in Japanese.
I would want to hear Ruben talking Japanese. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
He
interesting.
they
can, he's
love,
fluent.
Dante in Japan.
I think Dan might be a little bit too.
But Dan does love Japanese culture, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does speak Japanese.
I think they'd have to have some degree of Japanese in them just because of all the directing they have to go through with. Because I know that Itsuno's there. I'm pretty sure that Ruben said that Itsuno's there on, I think. Did they get flown out to Japan to do all this stuff? I think they do, right?
No, I
Yeah,
think,
they do all the Japanese commercials that get flown out there.
Oh, really? I thought
Devil
they're.
May Cry 3, they
What about the stunt work?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's here in America they do the stunt work.
For the Japanese commercials, they fly out Ruben and Dan out there, and they do the stunt work for the commercials. But I don't know if they do the stunt work over in L.A. or.
Well, they do the stunt work for the games themselves. We've seen Ruben dress up as Dante and do all the work in DMC3.
I know they do a mix of like some of it's done in Japan and some of it's done in America. So I don't know if they do like half and half maybe.
Yeah, like some of the work they do. I give you some.
I know the voice acting is here.
Yeah.
Because you could just send the clips over and then they'll give a yes or a no.
I think the music.
Actually, no. They would do work together with that. Itsuno's there for that. Or at least the Japanese script writers are there to see it.
Yeah, and
Because remember
I'm
Ruben
sure
talked
that-
about the Lucifer cutscene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how they did that cutscene with Ruben.
Well, they
Yeah,
said
right,
they didn't have the voice. They just had the scene. Like they had him doing all the crazy shit with with Lucifer, but they didn't have Dante talking yet. Like they didn't have him saying things during the cutscene. And apparently, according to Ruben on stream recently, he said it was a joke. And then he asked, "Wait, Greg, did it actually make it in?" Apparently, he didn't know the Lucifer cutscene actually made it.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't know. He was just making a big silly joke out of it, and like, wait, it actually made it.
Hey, he didn't play the game for 7 years. That's funny.
I don't blame him.
He's a busy guy.
He's not a gamer person. He plays like a little bit of DMC and Street Fighter. But I don't think he doesn't have time like we do to sit down and play though.
He's a busy man. You gotta do what you gotta
He's
do.
a busy guy.
I actually missed the stream with Ruben, but like
I was sleeping.
I didn't watch it, but did any of you manage to catch it? And how did that go?
I catched it. It was amazing. They talked about Ruben was playing the whole time as Dante, and at the end he switched to Lady,
Uh-huh.
I mean, he was just mashing the melee button, didn't even know what it was doing, but yeah, he was rocking the Dante code from DMC4. He commented on it being like better than DMC3 because it was more covered. Since DMC3 didn't have a shirt, it was just a code and like pretty much
I like 4's design more than 3 as well.
And they were just talking about like how they met Itsuno and Dan. They had like he had dinner with Dan, but Dan had to be on stage and all that. Gameplay wise, there was not really that much story. They just talk about the motion cap, how like they didn't brought Dan and Ruben in for the new motion cap for the new cutscenes in the MCSE.
Oh.
Yeah, but just a few lines and all that. There was really no hints or anything. It was just people asking Ruben to do quotes and shit from Dante, which he did a few.
His favorite line is what is it from DMC3? I'm absolutely crazy about it.
Yeah.
No, that's his favorite line apparently.
Someone asked him to do I fill your dark soul with light.
Oh yeah. He's like, I don't really have the voice to crack like that.
Yeah, his voice cracks on that, and he said, "I can't do it."
Kinda did it. No, he did try it, and he actually kind of did it, but...
Yeah.
Drew Coombs is DMC1's Dante's VA, I remember that. You have to ask him.
Yeah, I remember somebody tried to tell me that that was Ruben using a pseudonym, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
No, it's not. Drew Coombs is not Ruben.
Yeah, they're two different people. Why would that, like, first of all, that would defeat the purpose of, like, you know, you're gonna be possibly famous depending on your voice work, or at least you're gonna be known. So if you went under a pseudonym, that'd be fucking irrelevant because people would find out who you actually are eventually.
I remember Dan saying he really liked coming back to Virgil again, even though he said it was a short one, but still.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard the interview he had with some English dude? I can't remember what it was for. I think it was for the Power Rangers thing. But it was an interview in general, and it was fans asking questions to Dan, or the British guy, and Dan told... Bleh. I can't speak. The British guy telling Dan what they were asking.
Yeah.
Like, it was from Power Rangers and Virgil. And Dan literally says, well, Virgil's still my all-time favorite. I like him much better than Power Rangers at this point.
Yeah.
You know what it is, too? Because he does the same thing with Power Rangers. He doesn't change much. It's just a rehearsal. Whereas Virgil, there's new lines to come in. Like, he could do something different.
Yeah. There's different approaches he can come at it with Virgil, whereas, like, you know, Power Rangers are literally doing the same thing. Oh, hey, defeat a bad guy, do the little Mighty Morphin thing, and there you go.
Like Johnny Young Bosch considered himself the background ranger from that interview 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, that has to really suck to be in an action show. Technically, I think Power Rangers is an action show, anyways. You're just considered a background character. I would quit. I would not want to be in that if I'm not doing anything cool.
You're right.
Personally. But yeah, so Virgil's still Dan's favorite, confirmed. I'm pretty sure he said he would come back again and again too, so that's good. Gives me hope for another game.
Yeah. Well, we already know it's coming. You know, after the.
Well, I mean something for Virgil per se.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a plot point was Virgil returning, like Dante brings him back or something.
Yeah, like the original story for
Itsuno likes Virgil too much.
Yeah,
he said that shit like 8 times in a row. I need more power. He just kept saying it randomly.
even if Itsuno doesn't want Virgil, Capcom will force him because we love him too much.
Yeah.
No, Itsuno wants him.
Yeah,
I know him, Dan, and Ruben are super tight friends. Especially if you've seen their Twitter. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think they all get along on set. Like I think they
went to eat dinner together, for God's sakes.
I think they've mentioned
McDonald's?
that. I think they've mentioned in the past that like they like to treat each other like on set like they're like one big, you know, family when making these games.
That's how you do it, in my opinion, because look how good the games are.
Yeah, like I think they all just enjoy it almost so much to the point where it's just like they know how to do it. They know how to like,
Yeah, they're in key.
everyone could get a laugh out of it,
Yeah,
even
it's not even a hassle to make it at this point because they know what to do with their characters because they've played them for years.
yeah.
Like Dan doesn't have trouble doing Virgil. Actually, I think he said his voice is piss easy because all he has to do is deepen it slightly, and there you go, Virgil. Because
Yeah,
if
he
you hear
said that in
Dan
that.
talk normally, he already sounds like Virgil from the get-go.
Yeah, he said that in the interview from 7 years ago. That all it is just what he sounds like in the morning when he gets up. So like, that's great.
The best part of that whole interview is when someone asked, "What do you like about your characters?" or something like that, and they all tell three of like, I know, Dan turns around and looks at Virgil, and then Ruben and Johnny just automatically turn around and start looking at him.
Yeah.
Dan's like, yeah, I like the ribbon. I wish he looked more like me though.
Resident Evil, I did,
The hell was that?
Cause communicating with aliens.
Oh, that's another thing we could talk about before we
Dark
move
Souls
on to
3.
Dark Souls 3. Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster more than likely getting a retail release now that it's been listed on Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. Amazon wouldn't have a digital thing up. That makes no sense.
Yeah, Amazon doesn't put up their digital codes or whatever up until like right around the time the game is about to launch. Like that makes no sense. Like why would they put up a game and like way before launch if it's getting a digital only release? And even Greg said it was getting a digital release, which I don't believe him now on that. If Amazon's having
You might have gotten misinformed by Capcom, or Greg's just full of shit.
right. That being said, like I've
We
said
don't
in
like
my
Greg, don't we?
No,
well, I have good reason to hate him. He fucking ignored me and blocked me for no fucking reason.
he told me the importing prices were justified. Fuck you. 7-year-old game collector's edition is $120. Are you crazy? That's not a good price.
Right.
Oh, it's justified. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, going back to Resident Evil HD Remaster or Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster. Like I said in the video, I really really hope that the HD Remaster for Resident Evil 1, Greg ran, the HD Remaster for Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil Remake that gets a retail release here in the West, especially for PS4 because it only has a physical disc for PS3.
You know what they should do? They should bundle Resident Evil 1 remake, HD remake with
Zero.
HD, yeah, with Zero. Darn it, can't talk.
Wait, why?
Huh?
Why?
Why what?
Why would they bundle it? I'm not sure why they do it.
Because
Because
we
both
have
of them came
physical
out on
release-
GameCube.
Physical release for
Oh, that would be kind of cool, I guess. Yeah.
That and they actually did have a bundle like that before on the GameCube, and to do a physical release would make sense like that too. And I mean, go ahead. Whoever was talking, I didn't see.
oh nothing.
But that being said, I hope they would do that. As far as like new content, they said they wouldn't go over anything, which is kind of unfortunate. But I hope what they do is add in the Nintendo 64 models that they never ended up using for Resident Evil 0 because it was supposed to be a Nintendo 64 game at one point.
What models you talking about?
For Billy and Rebecca. Because you know how like the HD remaster for Resident Evil Remake they have the BSAA costumes
Yeah.
that weren't there in the original GameCube version. I'm hoping that because I know that for Resident Evil 0 HD remaster all they have is like a leather type costume for Rebecca and her cowgirl costume, and then for Billy he has like something else. They don't have their actual N64 models in there. I'm hoping for the HD remaster they would do that for alternate costumes. I mean, they've done it for Resident Evil 6 where they put in PS1 costumes, and for 6 if you have, ResidentEvil.net.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want it as a joke costume.
Is .net on remaster?
Yeah, ResidentEvil.net is compatible with HD remaster, but it's absolutely useless.
Okay.
I don't see a point to it. Like, honestly, what they should have done, and I still think they should do this, is if you're gonna add in an HD remaster of a game or just any game that regardless, add in skins. If you're not gonna add in new costumes, just add in skins for the current costumes. What happened? Why did everyone mute themselves?
Oh, it was cause he put a video.
Oh, I didn't.
My reaction.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
God,
that was everyone.
please, no.
That's everyone. Should we move on to Dark Souls, by the way? Just
Yeah, we can
I
move
have-
on to Dark Souls because there's really nothing else I can say about Resident Evil Zero. Unless if you wanted to talk about your thoughts on it, James, because I know you were kind of interested in it.
I mean, I'm interested, but I don't. I'm kind of not too savvy on RE. Besides RE 4 and 5, those are the ones I played the most.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
looking
kind of
forward
the
to
dark for
playing.
the most part.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Zero because I never played it before nor heard of it at one point. Same goes for a remake. So I think it's a
Oh,
good
really?
thing that it's
Oh,
a good thing to come out with an HD remake so people can actually play it.
yeah, that's the other thing too. Zero is even more underrated than the remake, the Resident Evil remake, because people don't even know that game exists. Like that's how like obscure
Yeah, I
the
didn't
game
even.
is. But anyways, let's move on to Dark Souls 3, the last topic for today's podcast. So I'm just gonna let you guys talk about it since I'm, very ignorant on the topic of Dark Souls and,
Like me and Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, then
yeah.
again, at least I played a few Resident Evils, but most of the information I got came from VadeVidya, who's a lore guy for Dark Souls a lot.
Okay.
So I got most of my information from him, his video, and the guys that were. I think I told you some of my favorite Souls streamers went to E3 and saw Miyazaki's thing.
Yeah. Their closed doors demo.
Yeah. So, new things they've done that's a big deal is the sword art thing is confirmed.
So what?
The sword art thing, the special
Yeah, the
attack
stances
that all the
for
special has.
yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, you know about Dark Souls, right?
No, I heard the video he talked about Dark Souls, what was gonna be in Dark Souls 3 that he played. One of
Yeah.
the streams, yeah.
So
I
how
don't
does
know.
that work
Basically, you have a
exactly?
new stance. Every weapon has a special stance, and some of them are historically accurate stances.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
for
now
example,
want a katana either with the Mitsurugi stance or the quick draw stance. Please give me Virgil stance.
Oh, since we're
Basically, you
talking
get like
about
2 special weapons that are special attacks that pertain to that weapon.
to that specific stance or whatever.
No, the stance is tied to whatever that weapon's type is. Like a short sword will have 2 special moves that only a short sword can do.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Moves
that's what I
that.
meant. Like there are specific moves or whatever that you can do, but like,
Yeah.
that's actually that's an interesting topic that you bring up because I was actually playing Way of the Samurai 3 and they actually have different stances like that too in that game. One of them being like the EI Jutsu stance that you can do in that game, which is interesting. So I want to see how that plays out in Dark Souls 3. How
Here's the
what kind
kicker.
of stances?
Enemies can do it too now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
They're
Oh.
giving the enemies basically everything a player can do per se. Like
That'll be interesting.
apparently
That would
the
be more
AI is more
challenging.
dynamic now too. Like
That
if
makes
you're a
things
turtle
more-
kind of guy, like you like to hide behind shields, the short sword I know has a move that breaks guards. So the AI
uh-huh.
will try and break your guard if you keep blocking like as a constant thing.
Ooh, Phil.
So
Stomped.
so does the does the AI learn from how you play?
Yeah, that's
Kinda like
exactly
in
what it
Metal Gear
does.
Solid 5.
Yeah,
with how-
after a certain amount of time, the AI apparently adjusts to your current play style.
I like how a lot of games are doing that now.
Can we put the video of the guy that played
Oh,
Dark
Vadi.
Souls?
Yeah, it might
Yes.
be better if we watch Vadi talk because he has all the information I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was one of the people at E3 behind the closed doors. So yeah.
He said that Dark Souls 3 was taking really from Dark Souls 1, not 2.
Yeah, which is the better game. I don't care what people say. It is a much better game.
Yeah, the Dark Souls 2 was more linear, as for Dark Souls 1
That's a
there are
problem.
more secret passages. Yeah, that's what he thought. Dark Souls 3 was gonna be with secret passages. And also, there is timing in the game. If you go early into an area, if you go late into an area, you might miss the...
Sorry. I
Yeah,
hate
it's okay. You're screen sharing this, right? By the way.
I'm gonna have to put the volume up too once we're done talking, just because Vadi's the one with all the things to say.
Yeah.
I'll probably pause every now and then if you guys want to mention something, but I'll let
That's
Kevin
cool.
continue.
If you want to mention something specifically, like I was doing with Metal Gear, you can do that. I'm totally cool with that.
But I'll let Kevin continue.
No, I just was saying that it's gonna be like the first game, and if you are too late to, and for going when you go to an area, if you are too late, the area might be closed. For example, the dragon breathes fire on the path
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yes, he talked about that too. For example, if you
Yeah, Miyazaki
discover,
loves dragons.
yeah, he
That's like
mentioned
everybody,
that.
though.
Yeah, for sure.
But he said he specifically likes putting dragons early in the game to scare people or something like that. It worked in Dark Souls 1. Dom, I'm gonna like when you get to that part. You're gonna say something like, I have to fight that?
Yeah, I have to
Are you
fight.
gonna play the video?
Ooh, what? No, I don't have to fight that. I can run, right?
Nope.
Right? No. Damn it. Yeah, but whenever you're ready to play the video.
And we'll let the video speak for itself. Okay, I am screen sharing, making sure. Is the volume good enough?
Yeah, it's good. I can hear it. Okay, so we already know that information.
Mm-hmm. Let it all play out. He's got a lot to say, so.
Yeah.
Isn't this the end boss from Dark Souls 3?
Who?
It's not that guy, the big ass guy.
Oh, Scorpion.
Well, this is the end of Dark Souls 1. And no, Dom, it's not much of a spoiler.
This guy.
Right.
This guy is no. He was a
Can I
boss,
stop it?
but he
Can I
wasn't.
stop it for a second?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure, I might be mistaken, but he also mentioned that some of the, in the story, the player you played in Dark Souls 1 might come to life like a Lord of Cinder too. We might fight a player we had before. As we might fight against him, if I'm not mistaken. Is that so, James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Really
that
cool idea.
is that just based off of like save data, or is that like just an automatic thing for the story, or how?
Yeah, that's what I'm interested to know. What is it going to be save data or just some random whatever class?
Like a story event, right?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll make it with data.
Yeah,
that's
I can only see it working with save data. I don't know how that would work with. I mean, I guess it could work for a story perspective, like
just
your.
mention it as a name. Yeah, this was the player you played before, for example. But it would be more cool if it was with saved data.
Yeah.
I
Let's
doubt it'll happen, but it would be cool.
let's go.
This armor looks super good. I like it.
Mm.
About time we had some red clothes in this game. Dark Souls does not have much for red, by the way. I hate that.
Isn't it a very dark color palette? Usually with grays and
No,
blacks.
just the armors.
Oh, okay.
There's colors in the game. It's just that the armor color variants aren't always there.
Oh, okay.
And not everything is an armor. Something is just pure cloth or leather.
Isn't Dark Souls 2 mostly blue or something?
Yeah, it's got quite a bit of that. It's blue, black, and white the most, and I hate that. Also, this looks amazing.
Yeah, that's nice scenery. It's Devil May Cry in Dark Souls.
That, and there's a big change here I should pause for. You notice the guy on the left, the player character? How he has two weapons out right now? One on his back, one on his... That's not a thing in any Souls game. If you have... You can equip two weapons on the same hand. Yeah, not even Demon Souls. Like, just to give you perspective. Basically, they do the pull the weapon out of your ass trick, where when you switch between a weapon on your hand, it just teleports away, and then he puts out another, and then he does an animation for taking out another weapon.
Right.
So you never get to see both of your weapons on your character at the same time. So that's new that they're showing
that might be
what the second weapon you have equipped is.
That might just be a hardware thing where they're just trying to demonstrate the tech and what they can do with it.
Maybe, but I think it would be. I think it's probably a thing in the game now that you can see everyone's equipped weapons.
Yeah. That also might be a thing for you and Kevin were talking about the original character coming back from the first game to face you.
Yeah, your original player character.
If it's like the save data carries over
on your character at the same time.
Could you?
They're showing. That might be a.
Hold on, I'm gonna meet you, Koss. I'm sorry. That being said, it's like it might just be like a thing where like your save data transfers over and you can see what your character had in the first game when you face him off in Dark Souls 3. I mean, that's what I get out of it, but I could be wrong.
Ready to go again, I guess.
Yeah.
And bam. Alright, it always turns the volume down. I hate that.
Yeah.
This shit's in beta or something. Oh yeah, this is good info.
Isn't that Bloodborne?
Yeah, it's Bloodborne.
Are they just kind of referring to that and what they were able to do with that?
Yeah, it's just for the purposes of having something to watch, because there is not a lot of Dark Souls 3 footage at all.
Right.
This is Dark Souls 3.
Also, did Virgil come in here with summon swords?
Those all look like that type of sword, so yeah.
And this is Dark Souls 1.
Yes.
Yeah, Armored Core and Tenchu, which you guys haven't done shit with that series. It's so annoying.
Fucking, they could do a Tenchu game after Dark Souls 3.
Tenchu Souls.
You saw how they mentioned.
Tenchu Souls.
Yeah, wait. You saw how they mentioned they might do a mecha game. Can you imagine that?
Armored
Holy
Souls.
shit. Holy shit. And Ninja. Okay, but I love the mecha more.
Armored Core fan, Kevin?
Yes, I love Zone of the Enders.
Yeah, that's something.
That's actually made by Kojima, wasn't it?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't remember. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the sequel got canceled because of I think the HD collection.
Yeah, it got canceled because of the HD collection and because, Konami didn't give Kojima enough time to. I don't even think Kojima was working on the HD collection.
No,
But
he had
Well,
somebody
now
else.
Konami's fucked, so it's never happening.
right, you know,
Such
but that's their fault because they only want Metal Gear. It's almost like Capcom wanting only Street Fighter and Resident Evil.
Zone of Enders could have been in the next Metal Gear if they gave it a chance.
Yeah, it could have been.
yeah.
Shall we?
Zone of the Enders was a really good game. I liked it. The second game was better because the first one was really simple. Just
Yeah, I
like
like the second game's combat.
yeah, it's well, whatever. Let's continue.
FYI, as long as it's consistent, it's not a big deal in the Souls games. It's really not a big fucking deal to have 60 frames in Dark Souls.
Jesus Christ, I was muted.
Sorry, I didn't even notice that I was muted.
God, the scale for this game is insane.
I'm
No, I
sorry.
was trying to say this.
Did they say if they were doing Dark Souls 3 in 60 or 30?
30.
30.
30? Oh,
They're
okay.
doing it in 30 mainly to keep its performance and the graphics up. And the gameplay, so. Also, this is Dark Souls 1, again.
Nerd. I'm just kidding.
It's not hard to tell if you played the games what's what.
I know.
What the fuck?
Undead Dragon.
Fucking, I thought that thing was dead.
Oh,
Alright,
I'm gonna love when you play Dark Souls. You're gonna be this gullible fuck ever. This is gonna be great. I can't wait till that stream.
Well, they
I'm still
they
playing
made
Dark
this
Souls
thing
1 is
look
on
dead.
PS4 and
They
Xbox
they did a
It's
really good
supposed
job
to.
at like.
Yep. And this
I-
is Dark Souls 2.
On PS3 or PS4, or PS3 and 360 or PS4 and Xbox
Both.
One? Both.
Yeah, they had Scholar with the first in edition.
Isn't the spellcaster like the most OP build in Dark Souls 2? You can just stack
No. Dodge roll through all your stupid spells and stab you. Iframes, baby. And then we're back to Dark Souls 1.
Is this is still Dark Souls 1 or
Yeah, this is Dark Souls
Yes.
1.
okay? And are they just going over like the
Yeah,
boss
just
fights
some
or
of the
whatever?
things that are similar.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, they are. Is this in game or is this just artwork?
I think that, yeah, this is artwork by the looks of it, I
Artwork.
think.
It looks good.
Yeah, Miyazaki is very good with the artwork. Again, he's a Westaboo, as everybody likes to call him.
Westaboo. Is that
Well, he
the
loves
equivalent-
fucking Berserk, and Berserk's a very Western-heavy anime.
Yes.
Is that like the
Yeah,
equivalent
this is also
of a
artwork,
weeaboo,
by the
just
way.
not as bad as a weeaboo?
I guess. Also, this artwork, though.
Yeah, it looks really good.
This is the CGI trailer for Dark Souls 2 when it came out. At least this is a paused shot of it. By the way, the game did not look as cool as this. Sorry.
So I'm guessing I should expect less for Dark Souls 3 then?
No, Dark Souls 3, you should expect more. If it's like Dark Souls 1, it'll be fantastic. Main problem with Dark Souls 2 was that Miyazaki was not directing it. Also, this is from The Witcher. This is an example of the stance things. Like, apparently this is what the short sword stance looked like in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brand spanking new mechanics. I like that because it gives the weapons character now. Oh, this one's good. You're gonna love where Miyazaki gets the reference for the great sword from.
Sorry, my mom just got back.
It's fine. Also,
Um,
yeah, this is the Black Knight design for this game, or the equivalent.
Isn't that for like what was it?
Yeah, Berserk. Yep, he blatantly took it from Berserk and said it's a huge reference.
What year did Berserk come out in?
Very long time ago. I don't remember the exact
ages.
date.
I'm just curious because I noticed that the art is pretty old looking.
It's in 90s, I think.
90s.
Was it in the very late 90s, I thought?
Yeah, it's late 90s. It's in 90s.
Yeah, and it's still one of the best anime/manga. So,
Didn't they have a movie recently released?
yeah, they had movies.
I mean, just recently.
I don't know.
FedEx just told me that, oh yeah, we're sorry for fucking shipping your copy of Devil May Cry to another fucking state. Yeah,
you might as well rely on the digital version for now.
I think I should have it by tomorrow. I mean, Tennessee's not that far from Illinois, so you know.
How do you screw that up?
It's
I
FedEx.
know. That's
It's
like, how
FedEx.
the fuck do you screw that up?
It's FedEx.
You had it in the right state for like 2 fucking minutes. I know that's like off topic from Dark Souls 3, but I just had to bring that up. I'm sorry. That being said, all right, is the video frozen or
No, it's a still shot.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I'm
What's
not
it
getting any
called?
sound.
Do you guys know who Legolas is from Lord of the Rings?
I'm not too familiar with Lord of the Rings, so
I don't
neither
watch
am I.
those.
But apparently
Yeah.
you can fire a bow really fast now, which is a big deal because bows kind of suck in the Souls games for combat. They're more for sniping, and that's about it.
Bow
Yeah.
scorpion.
They said it takes half the time to shoot an arrow as it does when you draw. Like in Dark Souls 1, they said by the time you had drawn the bow, you would have already shot an arrow in Dark Souls 3, so it's way faster. Oh yeah, this is Dark Souls 3.
Here's your
Yes,
Doom.
Dom, you have to fight that.
Yeah. Here's your
What
Doom.
the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not buying Dark Souls 2, 3, 1, any of it. Fuck that. I'm not fighting a dragon.
You big scrubs.
Chickens.
I bet if you were Dante or
I'll
Virgil, you'd
try
fight
it.
the
Like
dragon.
I tried Bloodborne. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. I mean I'd
To be
play the
fair,
full
you were
game.
playing on a delay, so you didn't really get the full experience of it.
Yeah. That being said though, how would you grade me on a scale of 1 to 10?
5.
About as good as everybody else was when they started.
So a 4.
About a 5. I was gonna say I can't really say you're bad. You played it for like
5 seconds.
20 minutes, and you're. I was gonna say it took me like
Yeah,
3 hours to get out of there
Some
the first
internet
time.
connection issues, I think, right?
Yeah,
When I
that's
was
why.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abraham Swag Lincoln, that's gonna be my character.
Abraham Swag Lincoln.
I still have Abraham Swag Lincoln. No. What the fuck was it? Abraham Swag Lincoln? I can't
I
remember.
called it Abraham
Swag Lincoln. There we
Swag
go.
Lincoln. I wonder if I can make Aberdolf Linkler in that game. From fucking Rick and Morty. By the way, I'm looking forward to season 2. I don't know if I've mentioned that before.
Mm.
Yeah, Rick and Morty is a pretty funny show.
Also, Koss, I am disappointed. You love difficult games. Why is this not one of them?
Because it's dragons.
Why are you scared of Dragon, though? They have them in Skyrim, and they're fucking jokes. I could kill them with my fist.
Sarcastic. Jesus.
I can't tell. You're not good at sarcasm.
No, James, fuck you. Oh, you get that one, but not the other one. Alright.
Alright, you win.
This is why I don't talk. I mute myself all the time.
Oh yeah, you can praise the sun in this game, too.
So what, like it's a sun god or something like that, or?
It's a joke since Dark Souls. Wait until you play Dark Souls 1, you'll know why. That's where it came
Oh,
from.
okay.
Also, this is a new boss that was in 3.
Is this a boss or just
Yeah,
an
this is
enemy?
this is one of the bosses that was in 3 that they showed. This was the demo one. Fire is a very big theme of this game this time around. So,
Huh.
Hey, we almost done
Could
here.
you imagine if they, like, I don't know if this is the case for any of the other games, but, like, could you imagine if they send you straight to hell for this one? And that's
this
why
game is hell. It's already there.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm kidding.
but
It's
I
not
mean,
that
like, you
hard.
actually go down into the depths of hell, and, you know, like...
We kind of have been there in Dark Souls 1. There's a place called the Demon Ruins.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a lava cavern that was humongous with full of demons, so it might as well be hell.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I can get that kind of vibe with this if that, you know, if that's what they're going for with, like, fire, you know?
If it's referring to Miyazaki's work, it might happen again.
Yeah.
Without the frame drops. Holy shit, the lava in that game was bad. It was bad because it was over bloom, like it had too much bloom, so it was really blinding to look at.
My eyes!
My eyes! Alright, I guess we can pause it right here. Because, you know, it's the end of the video.
These next couple of years are going to be amazing.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm you know, like I said, I'm interested in checking the series out, but even though I'm not too familiar with it. That being said, you know, are there any last comments before we end the tonight's podcast?
Other than I'm looking forward to Dark Souls 3. No.
Get hype for DMC5.
Follow me on Twitter.
Unfollow Greg.
Hey, Greg's birthday is today. You should go be a total shitter and just tell him he's a fucking asshole and he doesn't deserve a happy birthday.
Oh, that's
Happy
a bit much.
birthday. I'll go buy you a collector's edition for $120, you fuck.
Import your fucking birthday cake. How was that?
Right. Hey, Greg, I just imported your birthday cake. It was $120. You like?
Enjoy.
Did you like it?
Yeah, did you like it? Alright, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next podcast.